is one of 13 SEC teams in the NCAA regionals, and it is a record number by 2, previously said also by the SEC. As we welcome you in today, I'm coming to you live today from Des Moines, Iowa, my hometown, original hometown, not current hometown, and we're going to be joined by a couple of guys who played for Arkansas, get their memories on their time at the regionals, and then also we're going to be joined by Jordan Wicks for our weekly segment today. We're shifting a lot of things around. Bubba's going to join us a little later. We're going to spend a couple days up here, and then we're going to head to Fayetteville, and Thursday we'll have a preview of the regional for Arkansas, which includes North Dakota State, which is Arkansas's opening round opponent. Creighton and Kansas will be the other teams in the Arkansas regional, and we'll hear more from Dave Van Horn. We're going to talk about the excitement of that and the disappointment, unfortunately, for softball as their first attempt at, or not their first attempt, but their potential first appearance at the College World Series in Oklahoma City fell short by losing to Ole Miss in the Super Regional. So very disappointing, but they had some real adversity that was sort of out of their control over the weekend, which made things doubly difficult as if it wasn't hard enough already, beating a really good Ole Miss team. So Arkansas softball done for the season. Arkansas baseball with so much to play for starting this Friday. Arkansas will play the afternoon game at 2 o'clock, and the late game will be the Creighton-Kansas game. And I think Arkansas will shift to the evening slot, assuming they win against North Dakota State when they play again on Saturday. We have tickets to give away this week, boys, and I'm excited about that, where we're going to be giving away tickets to the regional. I'm not sure if we're going to have Friday tickets, Saturday tickets, or Sunday tickets, but we've got some to give away all week on the Buzz, and we're going to kind of crank things up today, and then we will be giving tickets away tomorrow, and again, the games start on Friday. So there you go. Hope everybody had a great 3-day weekend. I feel like we haven't been on the air for like a week.
It does feel like a long time.
I feel good.
I do too.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm well rested after a long weekend.
Yeah.
I feel refreshed. Yeah, me too. Got my son graduated. Appreciate DJ and the folks that stopped by and had a little celebration for Maddox. And his graduation, wow, it was really long.
How long? How many did he graduate with? He couldn't have had that many.
Not that many. It was like 130-something, DJ, but it was 2 full hours of stuff.
What are we
doing?
That's longer than a college one, I think.
Christian, there were so many speeches. I promised myself I would not come on here and complain. It was a very nice program. They did a very nice job. There were just too many speeches, and they were all a little too long. And, again, everybody thinks they're going to say something that is super prolific and super memorable, and everybody wants to try, and I get it. I was a guy that, fortunately, I got to speak at my graduation. I'm sure there were a lot of people sitting in the crowd going, shut up, when I was talking, but it was just it was kind of long. But anyway, it was nice, and anyway, they all got graduated, so it was all good. Now we get to look ahead to the next chapter, which will be college after a few months of summer break here.
No, I still got my Maddox. How old was he on that picture that I took of his little bobblehead thing?
His bobblehead.
You know that little stick face thing you had?
Oh, shoot. He was probably like 3 or 4.
Oh, man. That's going to be my new I'm taking that everywhere I go. Yeah, I meant to bring it here. You should see this thing, Christian. It's unreal. I will say this. You're a good dad, and I'll give you a shout-out. I don't think you get enough credit.
It's like, where are we going?
You're a good dad. It's so cool seeing how Maddox is around you. Dude loves you. And I think kids usually at that age, they start hating their parents by then, but – no, it's pretty special, man. So congrats to you two, man. You did a good job.
Christian, let that be a lesson. Get your bluff in early, and then they think you're smart. And then, if you don't do anything super dumb, you don't talk them out of that thought process, so that's good. So we're going to spend a couple days up here, like I said. I'm happy to be back here, and I'm looking out over Principal Park, which is where the AAA Cubs play. And all these guys are one step from the big leagues, and Jordan Wicks, of course, has already been called up once this year. He's back here in Iowa. Had a little issue over the weekend. He was pitching Saturday on the road and got a tweak, and so he is going to be on the injured reserve list for a minute. But he's going to come up and kind of update us on his status. And then, again, Connor's throwing tonight. There was some rain in the forecast, but it seems like the chances are diminishing. So I'm really looking forward to watching Connor for the first time as a pro after watching him. I think Connor, Christian, you can correct me if I'm wrong. You would know this. I was going to ask Wes, too, but I think Connor was our first ever NIL baseball guy.
I believe he was.
Yeah, and then we had Hagen for back-to-back years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so anyway, Connor was great, and he's just such a good young man, and I'm so excited about his future. And he really made a pretty quick rise up here. Christian Franklin, who's going to join us at 11:30, he's never been on the show before. Christian actually had a pretty quick rise, too. They came out about the same time, maybe the same year, and he was a freshman, played on a trip to Omaha when Arkansas went 2 and done, unfortunately. And then, remember, he was on his last year in school was when they played NC State, and they scored all the runs in the first game and then got beat the last two and got denied in the Super Regionals at home. But he made a quick rise. He was in Double-A in, I think it's Knoxville, the Smokies, and then got here to Triple-A. So he's doing really well. He had a really good week last week hitting the baseball, and I'm looking forward to seeing him hopefully have a chance to play in Chicago at some point not too far down the road. So I'm excited to get these guys on while we can. And, again, they won't hopefully be here for too long, and they're going to move up. And I would definitely expect that Connor and Jordan will have a chance to get back to the big team at some point just because of they lost a couple of arms early in the season. So, anyway, I'm excited to see these guys and looking forward to talking to them and then get some thoughts from the management here about what those guys have meant to this team and what their expectations are for them going forward. So, Tarps on the field right now. We're looking out over the stadium. It's really pretty ballpark, and they got the Capitol in the background, the Iowa State Capitol in the background. So this place is it's pretty nice. So I'm glad to be here today.
Weather there looks similar to the weather here today.
Yeah, it's a little dreary, Christian, but there's really a pretty limited chance of rain. I know we got a lot of rain over the weekend. And, man, driving, overseeing some of the rivers along the way, I mean, everything is flooded. It's just wild. It's been raining like crazy all over the Midwest and South. So hopefully it clears out. Are we going to have, I guess we're going to have better weather by the end of the week maybe? What's the regional look like?
It's a good question. I need to look.
So hopefully that's not going to be affected. By the way, Bubba's going to join us in Fayetteville Thursday live. We're going to be over at the foundation office, and so is Trey Biddy. So we moved their segments to Thursday, guys, in case you're wondering. Yeah, it looks like Friday's going to be sunny, 73. Saturday, sunny, 78, sunny, and 81 on Sunday. Just a spectacular forecast for the regional. Let's hope that holds over the next couple of days. And, boy, that's awesome. I mean, I've been up there I remember the Super Regional. Maybe that was the NC State year, maybe in the year before.
So hot.
Oh, my God, we were melting. It was awful.
Yeah, yesterday
was terrible.
Is the coldest. It wasn't cold, but it was Memorial Day that I can ever remember.
Yeah, I played golf with my brother yesterday, and we had sweaters on, and most people were wearing pants. It was cold and windy yesterday, so it is weird. I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, you might get that on a rare occasion, but obviously you're expecting 80s or 90s or whatever, so the weather's pretty unpredictable. But looks like they're going to get lucky with it this week. Pretty interesting performance. Again, you had 3 teams from the SEC that didn't make it, Texas A&M and Missouri, and I'm trying to think who the other team was that didn't make it in. But 13 teams in, pretty crazy.
Did South Carolina make it?
I think you're right. South Carolina's the other one. But a remarkable performance here as far as the SEC goes. And, again, 8 hosts. And then we haven't talked about this yet. We're going to hear from Chris Curry here in a second. He's going to join us live on Wednesday while they're traveling to Baton Rouge, and that's because they made a clean run through the OVC tournament. They are your OVC champs, and they've qualified for a chance to go knock off LSU. If you were going to ask me who I wanted to win game 1 more, I don't know. Obviously, I want Arkansas to advance. I want UALR to beat LSU, though, really bad, too. Anyway, so they're going to play the early game also down in Baton Rouge. So the Trojans and the Tigers going at it at 2 o'clock. And Little Rock's one of 2 teams that did not have a winning record that made the NCAA tournament. The other one is North Dakota State, the team that Arkansas is playing. They were 20-32 on the season. So I'd say the Hogs got a pretty good draw. Speaking of that, Christian, you do have pretty good teams on the other side, though. Kansas, I think, finished second in the Big 12, and they've had some really good series. They're a pretty dangerous bunch. And then Creighton is a team that's pretty familiar. Certainly would love to get home and play in Omaha. But both those teams have 40-plus wins. But the question of the day today is in regards to Arkansas's regional.
Do you like it, hate it, or love it? I think I love it.
I think I love it. I think there were some people that were wary of having Little Rock there. I think it would have been kind of a double-edged sword. It would have been nice to have them right there. But at the same time, it would have been tough because if they played each other, it would have been, we're obviously rooting for both those teams to advance. So I think this might not be the worst thing, and it's not a bad trip for them. By the way, anybody making the trip down to Baton Rouge, you are going to have a chance to pre-party. They're doing a deal at Walk-Ons down in Baton Rouge.
Nice.
For a little pregame party. If you want to go, it's on Burbank Drive. I think there might be more than one in Baton Rouge, but I'm not sure. I went to the OG Walk-Ons years ago, and it is – let me just say it this way. They have learned from their missteps over the years. And the newer ones, like the one we have in Little Rock, Conway, Fayetteville, Springdale, they're a lot nicer than the original one down in Baton Rouge. So, but anyway, they're going to be 11:30 to 1 down there before the 2 o'clock first pitch, and I guess it's pretty close. It's about a half mile from the stadium, so you could walk over feasibly if you go down for that one. Anyway, and, of course, we'll have a short show for Out of Bounds on Friday, 1:30 pregame. Too bad they're not playing at noon, huh? Be pretty nice.
I guess if it's not going to rain, maybe it would If they would have rained later, maybe they'd move it up.
Why do you think we look too far? Do you think we make too big of a deal out of, okay, we got a good first round, but we hate that we're going to be playing the winner coming out of Knoxville next? Does that matter?
Yeah, we even talked about that. Arkansas did match up with Tennessee. Look, Tennessee's playing really well right now.
I know, but like if the goal is to win a national championship, like you got to play them anyway,
beat
right?
Somebody good in the second round.
No, you don't. That's the whole thing.
Oh, no?
No. You would hope that somebody else would beat them in a super region. I think they're super dangerous. Vanderbilt's red hot right now. Tennessee's playing really well. Hey, Tarp's going off the field. That's a good sign.
We can watch them do it.
Yeah, I don't think DJ that it is an ideal draw for Arkansas. No. Now I don't know what would have been perfect, but I'm pretty sure Tennessee was not the pick for me.
Are any of the SEC teams in a regional together?
I don't think so, Christian, but I could be wrong.
So we could have potentially played. We were going to play an SEC team probably.
Yeah.
Kentucky is in Clemson. There are some road teams, obviously. Mississippi State's on the road to Tallahassee and that kind of thing. But, yeah, I don't think there's any SEC teams playing in a regional at another SEC team, no. Yeah, I don't think it's ideal, DJ. I just don't.
No.
I just think they're super dangerous. We saw it. They've got a really good team. I think they're really dangerous. And, again, Arkansas' starting pitching has been a little bit inconsistent. You saw what happened with Root the other day. Coach didn't seem too bent out of shape about the way he threw. They had a couple of errors and missed opportunities. There was a chance to turn a double play in Hoover, going back to the Ole Miss game. They lost 5-2. They didn't do a great job fielding the baseball. They've had a couple of errors down the stretch here late, but, he didn't get out of the inning, or really didn't. I guess he didn't because of the issues there defensively. That could have been a little bit of a different game, but they end up losing 5-2. So, Root's been pretty solid most of the weeks, though. And we all know Gackle has had some moments where he's been dominant. We saw how good, a few of the other guys have been at times. It's just a matter of what you're going to get day to day. But like I was telling somebody the other day, it's like you got so many guys. If it's not working out with one guy, you can move on to the next guy and not feel bad about it. I did see that Wiggins got surgery, so I assume he is done for the year. But anyway. So what else do we got? I'm going to run through the schedule real quick here, and then we'll take a call, and we will hit our break in a minute. And Jordan Wicks is going to be showing up here any moment at the box here. Let me get my schedule up.
Jeez.
What's up?
Looking at the at Oaklawn, Arkansas's odds to come out of this regional, they're minus 700.
Yep. Arkansas starts the regional run as the favorite to win the whole darn thing.
Still favorite. They've been favorite for the past 4 weeks, I think.
Yep. Even though Vanderbilt's the number one overall seed, Arkansas is the fave. Yeah, I was looking at that. So Arkansas is plus 400. LSU's actually second at plus 500. Then Vanderbilt at 700. Georgia 1,000. North Carolina 1,000. Tennessee's 1,000, and Texas is 1,500. Auburn's at 2,500, I guess. Yeah, Arkansas, huge favorite to win their regional. That'd be very disappointing if they didn't come out of the regional. I don't know who the best bet is to knock off Tennessee if they're to lose in Knoxville. But, Wake Forest has a good program. I would think that they would probably be the most likely. Cincinnati out of the Big 12, 32-24. Wake Forest was 36-20. ACC's pretty good, as we know. You got North Carolina hosting, and Florida State's hosting. Clemson's hosting. So they've got some good teams. How about Coastal Carolina getting to host? That was interesting. They're playing Fairfield, and then you got Florida in their regional too. So I would say there's a chance the Gators.
It's kind of crazy in SEC teams going to Coastal Carolina, but Coastal Carolina's a national championship program. So.
They sure are. Very special program for a smaller team. All right, so let me run through this real quick, and then we'll do what we need to do here. We've got Jordan Wicks coming up in a minute. Thanks to Crane Buick GMC of Conway, except he's going to be live with us here in the booth in Des Moines. Pat Bradley, thanks to River City Flooring, is coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. The Red-White Report is presented by UAMS Health Ortho Now. Christian Franklin, as I mentioned, former Razorback outfielder, now roaming the center field for the Iowa Cubs, going to join us at 11:30. Look forward to that. And then in the final hour, we've got a couple of studio guests. Susan Irwin Prowse, thanks to Willie D's Piano Bar. And Gabe Holmstrom's coming in to talk about a couple things going on with downtown. Gabe is the director of the Downtown Partnership, and they've got a rooftop cinema series that they're putting on. We'll talk to him about a few of the other things going on downtown, and then I want to talk to him a little bit about any concerns he might have about some news we've gotten from the River Market of late, and see what he's up to outside of that. And then Trey is at the spring meetings, at the SEC spring meetings going on, guys. Greg Sankey spoke yesterday. We've got some sound from him. And Trey's visit down there, and all the sound is presented by Blackman Auctions. Also want to thank our friends at Bet Saracen and Beechwood Hospitality. Appreciate our friends, the Allens and Beechwood, very much for their support. So we'll get some coaching interviews with the various coaches and athletic directors, and get Greg Sankey kicking things off yesterday. And Trey goes down and does a good job covering this every year, and looking forward to getting everything that he's got. Let's go ahead and pull up one clip here from Sankey real quick, Christian. And he was talking this week about the SEC and what they learned from watching this 12-team playoff first time around.
One of the things you learn is you're not going to divorce your regular season schedule from college football playoff selection. In fact, I think there's more of a feeling that regular season scheduling is governed by college football playoff selection. Witness the discontinuation of a series and this isn't critical of Troy, it's critical of the reality that, hey, you can drop a big series and it's not going to hurt you come selection time. You have a team that played 4 games against teams with 6-6 records last year that got in. Another team didn't play. Really anybody at the top of its conference was selected in. And it's clear that not losing becomes, in many ways, more important than beating the University of Georgia, which 2 of our teams were left out did. Nobody had that kind of quality win. So I think you can't just like run down a college football playoff selection idea without thinking about, well, if we play 8 or 9 games, what are the impacts? That's the depth of analysis we're looking at. We also look at whether people want to agree with it or not. That's up to them. We can go through the analytics and show the rigor of our schedule is different than anyone else's, period.
More from Greg Sankey coming up. Again, thank you to Blackman Auctions and our great sponsors. Let me get Stan in here. Start things off. Stan, I got a funny feeling what you're going to say, but let me hear from you anyway.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Justin?
I'm amazing, Stan. Thanks for asking. How are you?
All right. Yeah, missed you last week, man. But anyway, how you doing, DJ?
I'm doing good, Stan. How you doing,
You
man?
mighty quiet, man. You used to be trying to butt in and say something, man. You ain't said
No. I mean,
nothing, man.
it's all straightforward, you know. The Trojans doing good. Arkansas set to do a little something special. I'm good. No complaints this morning.
Well, let me say this here. I'm going to let y'all go. Justin do let me talk, though. He's not let me say nothing.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, look here. I'm going to say this and let y'all go. I know you and Justin going to look at me funny. But, hey, Arkansas, they ain't going to make it, man.
Oh, man.
All right, let's hit the break. It is 10:26, and you are in the zone, and we are thrilled to be with you on a terrific Tuesday. Appreciate you being with us today. I do want to mention, speaking of terrific, Oaklawn's got all the odds, all the stuff. Look who's here. Hi, Jordan Wicks. How are you? Good. But if you want to wager, not you, Jordan, but the rest of us, there are a lot of things to do at Oaklawn. Oaklawn Sports is your go-to for odds on the regionals, on the World Series. Arkansas, again, your favorite to win the whole darn thing this year. Let's hope they can pull it off. That'd be pretty cool, and then I could stick it right in Stan's ear. Also, Headliner Entertainment coming to the Oaklawn Event Center. You got the Frankie Valli Songbook, including one of the Jersey Boys, August 23rd. In September, it's Loverboy. The Righteous Brothers, September 19th. Brett Michaels is back by popular demand. Cue up the Poison, September 26th, and much more. All the tickets are available at Oaklawn.com. You can also book your room there. You can also, of course, find out more about dining options at Oaklawn, and you can book your reservation for the spa or anything else at Oaklawn.com. We'll see you down there real soon in the Spa City. We're back here in Des Moines with Jordan Wicks. Thanks to our friends in Conway, Crane Buick GMC. Stick around.
The Diamond Hogs have their sights set on Omaha. Hear every game along the way on 103.7 The Buzz. Brought to you by Whataburger and Edwards Food Giant.
This is SportsCenter It was a big Monday for news up on the hill. First, Arkansas baseball has their regional. They are the number 3 overall seed in this year's tournament. They'll be joined by Summit League champions North Dakota State, Big East tournament champion Creighton Blue Jays, and also Big 12 regular season champion Kansas Jayhawks. The Hogs will take on the North Dakota State Bison in their first game that will happen at 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Some big news for Arkansas basketball. Forward Carter Knox will return to the Hill for his sophomore season. Knox announced yesterday via On3 Sports. Knox averaged 8.3 points per game and 3.3 rebounds per game while shooting 35% from beyond the arc and 80% from the free throw line in his freshman campaign. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
With hundreds of vehicles in stock across 6 brands, your next ride is waiting for you at Red River Auto Group. We know that the road ahead is important. Whether it's your daily drive or your next big adventure, the right vehicle makes all the difference. From the reliability of a Toyota to the strength of a Ram truck, we offer vehicles built to last with options for every lifestyle. State-of-the-art technology, unbeatable performance, and the comfort you deserve. It's all waiting for you at Red River. Visit us online at redriverauto.com.
For over 20 years, the hottest night spot in Little Rock has been Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar in the River Market. Open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with cold drinks and a world-class dueling piano show. Deep Ultra Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays, and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights for a fun dance club option on the weekend. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com to make a reservation and learn more.
Willie D's dueling pianos. Come and get your Willie on.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring. Are you needing new flooring or a custom shower today, but need time to pay for it? Come see my friends at River City Flooring in Maumelle and get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring or bathroom remodel. They carry the largest selection of waterproof flooring, carpet, tile, hardwood, and granite countertops. Come in for the huge spring sale. Get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring, 0% financing. Sale ends soon, so don't wait.
Welcome to Moe's. Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Moe Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for weekly specials. Stop by anytime, where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex, and you'll always hear us say, welcome to Moe's.
You're back in the zone. You want to get into the show but too busy to call? Message us on our live fan feedback or text us on our text line at 501-661-1037.
There ain't no man can't save me. There ain't no man can enslave me.
Conway native and pitcher within the Chicago Cubs organization, Jordan Wicks, joins the zone each week this baseball season. Wicks was the Cubs' first-round pick in the 2021 draft and has made several appearances in the big leagues early in his career. He's brought to you by GM Giant, Crane Buick GMC. Family-owned, they pride themselves in delivering personalized service and dedication to customer satisfaction. For more information, go to craneteamconway.com.
Go, Cubs, go!
All right, welcome back. We are in Des Moines today and back in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort studio. Jordan Wicks joining us in person today, which is even better than doing it by phone. So good to see you, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm great.
What's up,
Good to be
Jordan?
with you.
How's it going?
Doing good, man. Where y'all at right now? Is that a box or a press box, a suite? What we got going on?
Yeah, we're up in the press box behind home plate. It's the first time I've ever been up here.
Did you know how to get up here, or did you have to have
I
some...
have no idea. I'd have someone show me how to get up here.
Nobody's listening. How are the facilities here? How do you like? This is an older ballpark. It's Principal Park now. It was named originally Sec Taylor Stadium back in the day when I was growing up. And after a longtime sports writer, I guess, for the Des Moines Register, which I didn't know that until this morning. But they've done some improvements over the years and added some things. But as far as the clubhouse, how is it?
It's good. They actually, so 2 years ago, I think after the 23 season, before the 24 season, they redid all of the interior of, the clubhouse, the weight room, all of that sort of stuff. So they remodeled everything, and it's really nice. It's a really good space. We got, space for everything we need to do. I wish the field was a little bigger, but as a pitcher, I feel like that's always kind of the case.
Yeah.
Because we've had some games here where when the wind howls out, you give up dudes hit some homers that you're like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
And it's, when the wind gets blowing in Iowa, it blows a lot.
There ain't no doubt. What's so it looks like the lines are like 335 down left field?
Yep.
And what's center field?
There's a reason they don't have a number in center field. It's because it's probably
it's 360.
It's probably like 385 or something. I mean, it just looks, because we go play in some parks that are just massive, and we come home and it looks like a high school field.
Yeah.
But no, it's nice.
Well, good news for Connor Nolan, who's throwing tonight. The wind is blowing in right now, so if that continues, he's going to be in good shape, I would think.
He's going to be happy about it.
Who do y'all have tonight?
We play the Syracuse Mets.
Okay.
Yep, we have them this week.
All right. We're going to get Christian Franklin a little bit later. And you got some tough news over the weekend. I guess it doesn't have to be devastating, but obviously disappointing from Saturday.
Yeah, it is frustrating. Had a little hamstring issue on Saturday in the first inning. Felt great warming up, felt great throwing, came out in the first. Probably had me down for hopefully just a couple weeks. We're going to go get an MRI tonight just to make sure, everything's good, but can walk normal, go upstairs normal, can squat on it. All those sort of things. So, I feel like I wouldn't be able to do that if it was something, severe. Hopefully it's just a mild deal, miss a couple weeks, and then get right back in there.
Hey, Jordan, I don't want to sound disrespectful at all.
Oh, boy.
No.
Good setup.
Yeah.
That's a great start into that conversation.
However,
how does a pitcher pull his hamstring?
Here we go.
What's even crazier is
you guys aren't even real
extension,
athletes.
I guess?
Well, no, I'm curious.
Well, and that's the thing is it's not even you would think if I strained a hamstring, it would be the lead leg. Because you pull back on that hamstring. It's not. It's the drive leg. It was like dropping into the drive and then extending toward home plate. I don't know. They were talking about that too, how it was kind of like, and they described it as kind of like a freak thing because, that shouldn't happen is what, basically what I'm getting at. And, I felt great all before that. Felt great for the first, 8 pitches. We had some hamstring tightness the outing before. And so during the week, we were checking every box. We were doing change of direction. We were doing sprints. We were doing, threw off the mound a couple times. We checked every single box that we thought we needed to check, and things felt great, and it just wasn't meant to be.
So other than that, you were feeling good, though, right? I mean, you've been throwing it well?
Great. Yeah, I've been throwing it really well. I only threw like 9 pitches on Saturday, but, for the first 8 of them, I felt great.
Yeah.
I felt awesome out there. So I think that's one of the things that was even more frustrating is after the first, few pitches, I was like, okay, we might be in the clear. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, it just got me. So
what do you do as far as throwing goes when you got a hamstring issue?
I'll play catch today. We'll try and play catch today, and with how I've been feeling moving around, it shouldn't be an issue. And hopefully, if we can keep up the intensity throwing and try and replicate that as much as we can, it'll limit how much of the build back we have to do whenever we come back. So hopefully, I can keep up the intensity and the build up won't be as much. We can, maybe take 2 steps back instead of kind of starting over from square one.
Yeah. DJ, do you have any hammy issues growing up?
Not until I got to college. I remember when I pulled my first hamstring, and then ever since then, I always had muscle strain or pull issues. I never had like a big break, but I always had issues with that. But I always thought it was, well, at least I hope it was because I was trying to run really fast. It's usually when it happens, I guess. Yeah. So that's why I was curious when I asked about that.
That's probably why I've never had hamstring issues. I've never run really fast.
No one's ever accused me of running fast.
Is this new for you? Have you ever had a hamstring problem before?
I've not had a hamstring problem. That's why, I don't really know from experience the, severity of it. I feel like it's just a minor pull, just kind of off the field because I feel like I would not be able to do, a lot of the things I can do right now. But, yeah, no, it should be, we'll get an MRI tonight, get a definitive answer, and hopefully they go, yeah, it's just a pull or, it'd be a miracle if they go, hey, actually, it's just a bad cramp, which I don't think is going to happen.
So do they have the I know when we got them in the NFL, that's when they were really big into PRP injections to kind of speed up the process. Is that the route that they want to go, even if it's not a tear, just to maybe heal it up a little quicker?
Yeah, it kind of depends with the severity of it. I think PRP definitely can speed up the process. The problem with PRP a little bit, though, is it'll slow you down initially to speed you up on the back end. Because when I had the oblique last year, I was debating doing PRP with that. Should have, got talked out of it. Should have done it. So, I mean, if they're saying it's a little bit of a longer deal, I'll probably look into doing that. I love needles, so that's, I would not be looking forward to that at all because I've heard that is not a fun process. So yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes.
We've been talking a little bit about the regionals, of course. Arkansas is going to be hosting, not a surprise. Little Rock was the big shocker this week with them making a clean run through the OVC. And we haven't really talked about this, but Jack Klein, and I don't think he threw earlier in the regional, or in the tournament, but he might have. But he was like at 125 or 130 pitchers or something crazy in closing out their last game against Eastern Illinois. It was really just a warrior performance and pretty impressive. I don't know if you caught any of what happened there, but it was amazing. Yeah,
it was. I couldn't believe it. It's actually funny. So my brother-in-law Evan is the GA there at Little Rock,
yep.
And I remember them going into the tournament, and they didn't have a great season. Obviously they're 24-32 right now. So going into the tournament, I didn't, have a whole lot of high expectations. Hadn't really heard much about them. And then I heard they went through and won it, and it was, unbelievable for them. Just, and that's kind of what, mid-major baseball is about is, if you get hot at the right time and win the tournament, then, you're in. And it can turn, what seems to be a bad season for 3 months into, the best season that they've had.
Yeah.
And the furthest that they've gone. So.
Well, injuries are always key. We talk about that a lot, but they kind of got healthy as the season went on, and they got healthier late. Now, they had lost a bunch of games down the stretch, but it seemed like they were sort of trending the right direction as far as player availability went. And, it started off great because, Jackson Wells, who's our guy, comes on once a week. By the way, he's going to be on Thursday too, guys. Pitched a complete game.
Yep.
In the first one, and it saved their bullpen for the rest of the run. And, of course, if you don't have to play through the losers bracket, that obviously saves you too. So they were, even though they're the 8 seed, they did everything they needed to get right. I mean, you have a complete game, first performance, and then you don't lose. So that made things a little bit more manageable. Not easy, but we didn't talk about basketball. We had some great games over the weekend. The Knicks were dead in the water and came back and knocked off Indiana to stay alive. Tonight's Game 4 is pretty critical. And then last night really turned out to be a fantastic game after a blowout by Minnesota in the previous game. OKC, Christian, nice job for your boys. Found a way, and really entertaining game down the stretch. Stayed up later than I wanted to yesterday watching the end of that one, but I'm sure you got a chance to watch a little bit of that.
Yeah, no, it was unbelievable. It was honestly a must-win for the Knicks in Indy. They had to have that one because, if you go down 3-0 in a series like that, it's a wrap from there. I think whoever wins tonight's game wins the series. I think if Indy wins, they go up 3-1, and that's just a chokehold on a series. I think if the Knicks win, now it's 2-2 going back to New York. But, I mean, you know how this series been. No one likes to win at home. So, you could say they have the advantage 2-2 going back home. But, do they really when every home team, has lost so far? So, everything that people say about home field seems to have not been true. It reminds me, I think it was 2 years ago when the Rangers made their World Series run. And they played the Astros in the, I believe it was the CS.
I believe so.
And every road team, like a home team didn't win a single game all series. I think it won 7 games, and the road team won every single game. It was unbelievable.
That is not normal, but it is wild. Well, we were talking about this the other day, too, about, I guess it was more related to, like, having fans in the stands, or if you had to watch a game with no other fans in the stands, what would be the most entertaining? Baseball, I think, is widely sort of accepted as the least of a home field advantage. It's really more about who's throwing. Do you guys, how much does a really good road environment impact players, certainly pitchers?
It can play an impact for sure. Just as far as like the game speeding up or, being able to slow it down. I think the more you've been in those environments, the less impact it does for you. But, your first time in those environments, I think it can definitely get you going. But whenever you've been in it, a couple times, I feel like it doesn't, do as much.
Do you guys have mental coaches? Or do you have somebody that you worked with?
We do.
All the time? Like, is that just a constant thing?
Yeah, so I've got a private guy I work with out of Arizona. His name's Brian Kane. He's phenomenal. He's one of the best coaches, one of the best mental coaches in the world. Works with a lot of baseball guys. And in the Cubs, we also have mental coaches internally. So,
well, talking to you, like your perspective and your sort of demeanor about things, especially those that are out of control. Like, I tweaked a hamstring at a bad time. You just accept it and you move on. I guess it's hard for people who, again, the natural thing to do is get frustrated. I'm sure you are a little bit. But I'm assuming that helps a lot in your preparation and your sort of acceptance of things that you can't have, any control over.
Yeah, no, it's definitely frustrating. Especially I feel like I was really starting to hit a groove and really starting to throw the ball well. And so for me, but getting frustrated doesn't do you anything in this. It's not going to help your hamstring get back faster. You being, the more mad you are. So for me, it's just about doing the next thing, getting back, hopefully getting ready, and then we can kind of figure out why this might have happened and prevent it in the future. But yeah, I think it'll be definitely encouraging if we go in today and they say, hey, you're gonna miss probably 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks. I think that would be obviously the best case scenario.
We're gonna have Christian on at 11:30 today, and you were kind of singing his praise the other day. Looked like he had a pretty good week last week. Got a multi-hit game. I think he had a career-high 5 ribbies in a game, and then he had a home run in the next game. So looks like he's kind of getting things going offensively a little bit here.
He is. He's swinging it well. He had a really good week last week. Like I've said in the past, he's an unbelievably complete player. I feel like it's rare you see someone who's as balanced as a player as he is. A lot of times you get guys that are more of an offensive guy, more of a defensive guy, or some things they may not do well. But, for him, there's really not a whole lot of weakness in his game. The defense is unbelievable. He'll steal your bases. He'll walk. He'll hit for power. He's got a good arm. He checks all the boxes, and, he's got the real potential to be a real five-tool player.
I started looking. I don't even know what sparked this, but I knew because I was on Baseball Guys. I was curious to get your thoughts on this. About the Hall of Fame. And this year you get Suzuki, CC Sabathia, Billy Wagner, no problem with any of those guys going in. Just missing out Carlos Beltran with 70%, and then Andrew Jones, the former Brave, at 66%. But, like Jones is in his 8th year, and it's funny how, Wagner's in his 10th season and finally got through the 75% threshold.
Yeah.
But I look down at the bottom of this list, and there's Torrey Hunter. It's his 5th year eligible. And I go back and look at his numbers, and I'm like, okay, 9 Gold Gloves, which is really elite. Won a few Silver Slugger awards, 300 and something home runs. You think he's got the numbers to get in at some point?
He needs Andrew Jones to get in. He
That's
needs
a comp?
a guy, yes. Like a guy like Andrew Jones getting in would help his case, because then if Andrew Jones gets in, you look at a guy like Torrey and go, okay, similar type of guy, maybe he gets more recognition. Because I think right now what's happening is Torrey might be losing out on votes, because if guys aren't voting for Andrew, then they're looking at Torrey and probably going, oh, I'm probably not going to vote that one too. Mm-hmm. Whereas, if Andrew gets in, then I think Torrey gets more votes down the way. The unbelievable thing is how the Hall of Fame voting drives me nuts. Mm-hmm. Because you have guys there are guys on that voting that will strictly not vote someone in on the first ballot because it is their first ballot. Like Ichiro Suzuki not getting 100% vote on the first thing, or guys like Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. I mean, how is that not it should be, is Ichiro a Hall of Famer? Everybody says yes, he's in. And I think it's been my opinion for a while too, your ballot should be made public. If you have votes for the Hall of Fame, your ballot should be released so you can get criticized because these are all people who criticize players, so why should their ballots not be criticized?
Do you think
DJ liked that one?
You think Wagner, because this is Wagner's 10th year, and if you don't get in on the 10th year, right, you move to the whatever it is, the Veterans Committee or whatever. It's a different process.
Yeah, it's something like that.
So I just think, I wonder if that was a factor for them, and I wonder how close he's been in the past. And then it gives me some hope that maybe Torrey can move up significantly. He's at 5% right now. He's got a long way to go, but he's still got 5 years left before he gets into that danger zone. Manny Ramirez, who I would have thought for sure would be in, is in his 9th season on the ballot, and he's at 34%. Andy Pettit's another guy I would expect to be in. Again, I don't know what the numbers supported, but you talk about a clutch postseason stopper. I mean, the guy was pretty damn good.
They're all getting killed by the steroid allegations.
Yeah,
A-Rod, Manny, Andy Pettit.
I don't know. Pettit was on the.
I mean, it's alleged, obviously. It's just, when you have that era of guys, there's that mysterious cloud of smoke, and so people don't really know, so they just, you know how people like to do. They infer the worst. So
we think Torrey's clean, yeah?
Yeah.
Jordan, you were
we should give him some credit.
You condemned the Astros for the trash can banging thing. Are you surprised that Carlos Beltran's at 70%, considering he was the ringleader of the whole operation, apparently?
I think Carlos is more of because obviously that was like later in his career,
right? Yeah.
You know, and there's been so many, things that have come out about that whole situation, and I think, in my opinion, the league should have done more in disciplining that, and so not doing that, I think, was just absolutely outrageous because You got to think about it. If you go to Houston, I mean, that's affecting guys' careers and lives. You go to Houston and all of a sudden give up 8 runs because they know every pitch that's coming, and you get DFA'd or released or whatever it is. I mean, that's a huge turning point in your career. And the league just did absolutely nothing about it, which I feel like was frustrating for a lot of guys. I think Carlos will get in on the next one. I think like I said, I still think. There's a lot of guys that obviously were connected with it. You bring up Barry Bonds, obviously. I think even, apart from the steroid allegations, he's still one of the best players to ever play the game.
All right, we got to hit a break. You want to stick around or you got to go?
No, I'll stick around.
All right, good.
Nice.
We got another segment with Jordan Wicks. Thank you so much to Crane Buick GMC. It's been a lot of fun. More fun today having Jordan on in person. I'm going to get JW in here before the top of the or the next segment, I guess, before we hit the top of the hour. JW, what's happening?
Hey, man. Hey, I got 2 things for you. First thing is NBA, and second thing is WNBA. I don't know if it's true, or if it's rumor, or it's not happened yet, or not going to happen. Is much.
Well, that can't happen right now.
Is he what?
Well,
Going to Boston?
the owner of White, I guess they're trading White, whoever White is.
Derek White.
They wanted Moses. Yeah. Wanted Moses Mooney to come to Boston.
I haven't heard anything on that. They can't make anything official.
Santos and Moody's going. But I just didn't know where we were. On the WNBA, here's a question, man. So
I thought you were going to say Moses Moody was going to WNBA. Threw me off. Go ahead, sorry.
You'd be amazing.
Do what? Do what?
He'd average 170
Yes.
games.
That's what I thought he
I'm sorry,
said. I was
JW.
like,
I got sidetracked. Go ahead.
Hey, so I was watching some clips on Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. One, the WNBA is trash. It is bush league. That's the reason why. They don't protect their players. These girls have long fingernails, and they're gouging. Like, the fouling is atrocious. The refs are bad. Here's my question. Do you think the WNBA missed on Caitlin Clark and cashing in? I think she should go overseas and let the WNBA just crumble, because they seem to care about basketball. Over here, it is so much. I guess it's just women together in playing anything. And it's not fun to watch. It's pathetic, the fouling. And I just want to know if you think that they could have really excelled with Caitlin Clark, but they didn't. And even their coach came out. But, yeah, go ahead. I know you got to go break. But just hit on
that's fine. Thank you.
I feel like they're excelling with Caitlin Clark, right?
I think the WNBA is killing it right now. Also, I will say she's out for a little bit with an injury, and then ticket sales for the games that she's going to miss have gone in the tanks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she is having a huge impact. And the WNBA, let's be honest. I mean, look, wasn't thriving maybe the same way.
Yeah.
But they were still a viable business before Caitlin Clark was around. So I don't think that they're going to end things if she ends up deciding to go do something else. But I don't think she's going to go overseas.
I'll say this too: playing basketball against dudes who won't cut their fingernails.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
awful.
that's rough.
Getting cut out there. It's like playing against Wolverine. It's insane. He's got a point.
All right, we're back after this.
Spring is here. It won't be long before you're planning a road trip. Get to Point S, Arkansas to get your car ready for it. Off-road tires for your pickup, ATV tires for your side-by-side, tires for your car to get your family around safely, Kumo, Toyo, Falcon, Blackhawk, Fortune, and more. And their Promise Plus road hazard protection to give you peace of mind. Stop by any Point S, Arkansas store, Bartlett Tire in Heber Springs, Tire Town in Benton, R&D Tire in Conway, and Fleet Tire in Pottsville or Russellville. Online at pointstire.com.
Hawks Homes are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryant, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
This is Thomas Blackman of Blackman Auctions. If I only had a dime for every time I said the words, my dad used to say, I'd be a rich man. But his lessons in the auction business are still ringing in my head for every auction I do. Treat your buyers with patience and hospitality. Never forget the sellers are trusting you with their money and their legacy, and that each extra dollar you get for them at an auction is extra money for their family. All of those sayings keep the Blackman team working hard for you at every auction. For 3 generations and since 1938, better auctions are Blackman Auctions.
It's Justin Acri with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West. And Laura Beth, I'm so excited about the upcoming months. We've got great holidays upon us. And at Kaufman by Design West, you have everything to get folks outside and celebrating.
We have grilling season coming up, so we've got big green eggs and tons of accessories. And then it's also outdoor season. So we've got lots of in-stock steel products, toolkits, coolers, travel cases.
And for those who want to do some home improvement, we've got power tools galore. You can find it all at Kaufman by Design West, 14900 Cantor Road, out west past Taylor Loop. They're also online at kaufmanlumber.com.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you tired of holding up a 2-wheeled bike at every stoplight? Are you ready for the ultimate thrill on the open road? Introducing the Can-Am Spyder, the 3-wheeled motorcycle that redefines adventure. The Can-Am Spyder is built for those who crave excitement. Its dynamic handling, advanced safety features, and the unmatched power of the Rotax engine will leave you craving more. Live big, no regrets. Your next ride is waiting at Hubbard Power Sports, Can-Am, and Sea-Doo of Russellville. On the road, on the water, or in the trails, we've got the ride for you.
Welcome back in the zone. Did we say something dumb? Well, let us know by texting our D3 Auto Sales text line or messaging us on our Whit Davis Lumber Plus Live fan feedback. Now, back to the show.
All right, we're wrapping up our hour here with Jordan Wicks. Thanks to, again, Crane Buick GMC in Conway. Appreciate them very much. And we're up here in Des Moines watching Cubs baseball tonight with Christian Franklin, Connor Nolan on the bump tonight. And unfortunately, I don't get to see Jordan throw because he's getting his body right. But hopefully he gets good news tonight. But great to visit with you today. Appreciate you coming on.
Of course. Appreciate you guys having me.
I was just telling our communications guy here that I said Jordan irritates me because he's also a professional pitcher, but he's the best radio host probably in Little Rock, or one of them too. So, like, you and Justin Moore would do a show together that would be great. And neither one of you guys are primarily a sports talk host. It could be really, really good.
That would be entertaining. I would love to do that.
He's a trip. Have you met him?
I have not.
Yeah, you need to meet Justin. You guys have
we need to do that in the offseason.
Very no-nonsense delivery. I think you guys would be really good together.
See, this is the thing, though, is I've gotten DJ to talk baseball for so long. I need to come in and talk football with DJ in the offseason.
I would love
what
it.
I need.
Hey.
I need to go into his world because he's come into mine, and I've respected it. He's done a great job. So I need to get into DJ's world in the football area.
There's no doubt in my mind that you would crush it. So that being said, we can definitely do this. The good thing about it is we don't have to wait. I got a podcast. You can come on anytime, okay? Anytime.
Just do it after the Cowboys win, so I'm in a better mood. Than,
Okay, we can do a little
after they
NFL.
lose.
I mean, I mostly talk
I don't think
Arkansas
there's gonna be
Razorbacks,
many
but
of
we can
them.
talk
That's
NFL.
fine.
Yeah, it's
We
all
can do
good.
that, too.
Yeah.
Kristen, you had the same thought I did. I was like, if they
There ain't gonna be
were-
many weeks this season. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Anyway, so what are you doing the rest of the day? You getting treatment?
Yeah, I got to go. I'm going to go back, change, come back into the field, get my hair cut. Barber comes in on Tuesdays, which is nice.
Oh, you getting that lightning bolt we talked about?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
You think you clean me up if I pop in there?
My wife's in town, so you're going to have to get that approved by her. But
What's his barber cost? I could use my neck shaved.
It's not anything crazy. I think
Okay.
It's like $50 what I give him.
Whoa!
That's what I'm saying.
That's not crazy.
For the barber to come to you?
Oh, okay.
It's a house call.
Okay,
Well,
all right,
he's coming
okay.
to the field. That's what
Okay,
I'm
that
saying.
makes
Like he's
Does
coming into the
he
field.
cuts everybody?
Yeah,
that wants
not
it
like
anyway?
whoever needs it. So I
Okay.
mean, he gets a decent amount of people on Tuesdays.
pretty good
Because
deal.
obviously we've been on the road for a week, and it's been at that point 2 weeks till he comes in. So
Justin, I need you to make sure he gets that zone logo.
Yeah, we got to get that zone.
He said there's a number. We just didn't want to pay it.
I said we'll
Fair.
split it.
I'm gonna have to get Crane Buick GMC to triple up probably on their number.
the problem is if Crane does that, they're going to want Crane in the side of my head. So
That's a good point.
Okay.
Also, not happening.
Yeah,
Probably.
no.
Yeah. Well, get right, and good seeing you, buddy. Appreciate you, and we are looking forward to seeing you back out there soon.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys having me.
All right, Jordan Wicks, always good. We're going to talk to him again next week in the zone. We'll be hopefully talking about Arkansas getting ready for a super regional at that point as well. Got some live fan feedback. Thanks to our friends at Wood Davis Lumber Plus coming up. Also, the text line is wide open. Come on with it. Thanks to D3 Auto Sales. Got a full hour coming up. Christian Franklin will join us in the next hour also.
Make memories that last in a brand new Silverado from Gwatney Chevrolet. Right now, get 0% financing plus $3,250 in customer incentives on all in-stock Silverados. And during Military Appreciation Month, Gwatney is proud to serve those who serve. Get $1,500 in military savings, $750 from Chevrolet, and $750 from us. Visit GwatneyChevrolet.com or stop by 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville to learn more. We'll see you soon. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. With approved credit. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. A term made famous for potential catastrophe until now, because now it means a perfect swimming pool season at either the Little Rock Athletic Club or Racket Club. Mayday means 40% off the joining fee at either location. Actually, that's May days, because that 40% offer is good the entire month for family experience good for an entire lifetime. Your locally owned Little Rock Athletic Club or Little Rock Racket Club, where you get more smiles per gallon.
The Red White Report is brought to you daily on the Zone by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
Sports talk and entertainment.
I can't understand the food in your mouth.
That'll put a smile on your face.
I mean, serious, I can't understand a word you're saying.
KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
There's a $20,000 reward on the table for whoever turns in the people responsible for vandalism on the Southwest Trail in Saline County. The Sheriff's Office says the damage happened between Friday and Sunday at the construction site near Sardis and Vimy Ridge Road. Excavators were buried in dirt and driven into a creek. The cab was also ripped off one of them. In total, there's over $700,000 in damages. James A. Rogers Excavating is now offering a reward to anyone with information that leads to an arrest and conviction. If you know what happened, call the Saline County Sheriff's Office. The City of Little Rock is hosting its 2025 Career Climb Job Fair next week. The Department of Community Programs will help connect young people with jobs from top employers. It's set for next Thursday, June 5th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Hall of Industry at the Arkansas State Fairgrounds. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Light to moderate rain showers are possible from the middle of the day through the afternoon. That's a 40% chance of rain. We'll get up to a 75 for the high temperature. Tonight, a mostly clear sky, but becoming cloudy overnight. Also, fog and mist will be forming. We'll have an overnight low of 64. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Arkansas golf legend John Daly joins the guys every week on Morning Mayhem. John's visit each week is made possible by Moe's Southwest Grill. Ask about catering for your next event. Email catering@moesar.com and welcome to Moe's. John Daly with Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car.
It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See Shelter agents Steve Ferguson in Little Rock, Todd Session in Morrilton, or Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. It's the end of the month and we need to sell 23 more vehicles to meet our factory goal. So we're giving everybody employee pricing. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay and you get the rebates. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. You pay what we pay, period. Only Fletcher Dodge has discounts up to $14,000 on the all-new Ram and finance rates as low as 1.9% at 72 months. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off. The all-new Jeep Compass for only $379 a month with no money down. And the all-new Ram Heavy Duties up to $8,000 off. Past credit problems are no problems for us, so don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-qualified in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and CertaPro knows how important your home is to you. That's why they're focused on helping you bring fresh color to your home. You can trust CertaPro Painters to get the job done right, even in those hard-to-reach places. Free estimates, reliable communication, professional painting, all at the right price. And each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
At Mosquito Joe, our passion is making outside fun again. One of the most popular ways of achieving that goal is with a mosquito misting system. Mosquito Joe misting systems can be installed discreetly around your backyard, patio, boat dock, anywhere you're getting bugged.
The really cool thing about Mosquito Joe misting systems is that they mist automatically every day when mosquitoes are most active. And, if I want to, I can operate the system on my phone with a super easy-to-use app.
Mosquito misting systems. Just one more way Mosquito Joe makes outside fun again.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
Hi, my name is Nita Freeman, and I'm the marketing director for Genesis of Conway. In our new store that opened in November, we have been a partner with the Buzz from the very beginning. We love all the packages that we get from them. They are helping us promote our big golf tournament, the Genesis of Conway Central Arkansas Open. Robert Davidson is awesome, is a great partner. He is willing to go above and beyond to do whatever we need to make our partnership successful.
For more information on advertising, call me, Robert Davidson, 501-744-1279.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Like, he doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. Feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary.
Yeah, I like the earlier slot. Don't have to wait around all day. You know, they can get into a bind if, say, the first game gets in and, you know, you're playing the night game and all of a sudden weather rolls in and you don't get to play. Makes it rough. Yeah, just I like playing the first game.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
All right, there you go. That was Dave Van Horn talking about playing early. Arkansas is doing just that. 2 o'clock on Friday, hosting a regional, one of 8 SEC teams to be doing it. There are 13 SEC teams in all in the tournament. Zone QOD is How do you feel about the draw for Arkansas? Dave Van Horn and the Hogs, first games, 2 o'clock. First opponents, North Dakota State, one of 2 teams, including the Little Rock Trojans, who we'll talk about in a little bit, that have a losing record on the season. 20-32 for North Dakota State. Other teams in the regional, Creighton and Kansas. Creighton's 41-14, and Kansas, the Big 12 runner-up, 43-15, and that includes a win on the road in a series against the Big 12 champion, which was West Virginia. So, that's our situation. Here's Dave Van Horn on their opening opponent on Friday.
Yeah, they've been sneaky good over the last few years, to be honest with you. They've taken some trips early out west and beat some good people, and you're kind of going, wow, because they're playing inside. They're practicing inside and doing a lot most of the year. They have an older team. I was informed that they have, and I noticed they had them. I didn't know they had that many. They have like 10 seniors on their team. A lot of times that's what it takes when you're a mid-major to be really successful at all levels, is to have those older kids. They won the tournament up there, beat Oral Roberts, and obviously Oral Roberts has had a pretty good run over the years of going to regionals. So I'm sure they're going to be a solid team.
I'm sure they'll be solid too, and hopefully they're get hammered. Dave Van Horn says he knows who his opener is going to be as far as pitching goes, but he hasn't said who it will be just yet, and maybe we'll find out over the next day or so. We've got tickets to give away to the regional as well, so be listening to The Zone and the other shows on the Buzz, and we will straighten you out with some tickets if you want to go up to the regional and would rather not pay for your tickets, or you missed out on the chance to buy them. I don't know what the situation is as far as availability goes. I'm guessing you could get them, but I don't know. And by the time I get there Thursday, boys, they'll be lined up pretty deep, I imagine, maybe around the corner in the hog pen, getting ready for that regional. It's always a great look seeing, tent after tent after tent all the way down and around the corner in front of the stadium, waiting for an opportunity to get inside. Continuing with the Red White Report, softball season comes to an end, and it was a tough year, a tough deal, I guess, for Arkansas. They ended up having their 2 pitchers with food poisoning or some kind of bug to start things off, so they were kind of behind the 8 ball after losing the opener. They did come back and win the second game in a dominant pitching performance, and then gave up, was it just a disaster, you guys? I don't know if you were watching the game, but disaster first inning for Arkansas. They gave up a handful of runs, couple of stolen home plates and for runs. They had a couple of steals from Ole Miss. They were super aggressive, hit a home run. I mean, it was awful. Their catcher got laid out, and she had to miss an inning or 2. It was just a mess. They did fight back a little bit, but unfortunately couldn't get the job done, and now their season's over. Here's Courtney Deifel on the 2025 Arkansas softball team.
I learned that every team's different, and every team needs something different from you. And each individual on the team needs something different from you, and to have that individual connection to where you know what that is. This group needed us to lead them differently, and they allowed us to lead them hard, and they allowed us to lead them with our hearts. There was this moment yesterday where I just had this calmness come over me of this group is one of my most enjoyable years of coaching. And it was just one of those, I'm going to enjoy every minute, because they aren't all made up this way. And, oh my gosh, this group was really, really special. And they allowed us to show our personalities a ton. And they allowed us to just enjoy it every day. How lucky are we, that we get to show up and work with this group that's so committed and so bought in to everything that you've put in front of them. And so I love my job. I love this group.
How can you not love Courtney Deifel? How awesome is she? Very emotional for the softball coach after Arkansas got bounced. It was an absolute bummer, man. Hate that. SEC related but not red-white specific. The SEC meetings are going on. Yesterday, Greg Sankey spoke to the group. Let's thank our sponsors, and then we'll join Pat after we hear a little bit from Greg Sankey. He's talking about the number of teams in the college football playoff.
Coverage of the SEC spring meetings from the Sandestin Hilton in Sandestin, Florida is presented by Blackman Auctions. For over 85 years, better auctions have always been Blackman Auctions. By Bet Saracen. Bet with the best sports betting app in Arkansas and win. And Beechwood Hospitality. The leader in stay and hotel property management is Beechwood Hospitality.
The Southeastern Conference has asked for more authority and autonomy for the 4 conferences. And we've asked, so I think there's some reporting today about authority to just depart. That's not, I don't have the authority to just depart. That's not been voted upon. I've shared with the decision-making working group, I have people in my room asking, why are we still in the NCAA? Now, the other side of that is we had 13 teams invited to the NCAA baseball tournament today. I've not been notified that anyone has declined the invitation. We had 14 men's basketball teams. Nobody declined those invitations. I think we have like 7 of 16 men's golf teams who are playing today in the final day of stroke play. Nobody's declined those opportunities. So there's inherent value, but how does the association continue to adapt? How do those whose frustration level is at its highest, how maybe are some of those frustrations mitigated? How are some of those frustrations dealt with? The process of change is really exciting at the start. It's like running a marathon, which I've done a few times. Every time I've ever run a marathon, you can't sleep the night before. You're up early. You're at the start line. The start of anything is really exciting. And you go through that, and then you get to the end, and you see, running down Boylston in the Boston Marathon, or in Central Park in New York City, or crossing the river in Missoula, Montana to finish there. I mean, it's exciting, right? There's a finish line. The start and the finish is always invigorating and exciting, but the middle is messy, whether it's a marathon, whether it's decision-making, whether it's change. And we are in the middle, and it's messy. That's not unique to college sports. That's not unique to higher education. That's not unique to American society.
He's the all-time leader in three-pointers made in Arkansas. He's played professionally in Denmark and France. He was once a co-host of The Zone, but now he's big time with the SEC Network. He's wicked smart at basketball. He's Pat Bradley.
Bradley off a screen for 3. Is he going to miss? He's been terrific in this first half.
The Shooter is brought to you by River City Flooring. Whether it's tile, vinyl, laminate, hardwood, or carpet, River City Flooring has a wide range of options and exactly the right price for you. For more info, go to rivercityflooringinc.com.
Hello, Patrick.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Well, there's a lot going on, and I apologize for the delay, but thanks for waiting for your time here, and thanks for coming on. Good to have you on, and listening to Greg Sankey, Dave Van Horn, Courtney Deifel. A lot going on in the world of sports. We got some sound from Coach Curry, too. So excited, Pat, to see them make it to the tournament. I know you're a big Chris Curry fan as well, so you got to be thrilled to see both Arkansas and Little Rock in the regionals.
Yeah, I still have my Little Rock baseball shirt that I wear proudly, and it's fun. Yeah, it's a fun time. Unfortunately, I did see, with the softball team, which I think Coach has done a great job. But I know everybody's excited about the Fayetteville Regional, which was going viral on Twitter yesterday, pretty much all day, as I was seeing it.
Yeah, what do you think? That's our question today. How do you feel like, you got any thoughts on the draw?
I don't know. It seems like it's a pretty challenging draw, but we've probably talked about this before. But I mean, to win in the level that they want to win, you're going to have to, you're going to have to establish yourself and beat, the Habitat Regional and continue on through. I just hope nobody fights. I just hope nobody gets in a fight trying to get to the what is it, in the left field? Is that where they have the
hog pen?
You can put up. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope that's not a problem either. But Yeah, I think the environment will be insane like normal, and the regionals are always crazy good. Little Rock, by the way, is the long shot, 50,000 plus 50,000 at Oaklawn. Arkansas is the favorite to win the World Series at plus 400, and they are an overwhelming favorite at minus 590 to get out of their regional alive. One thing we didn't talk about yet, Pat, and that's my fault because there was so much else going on, and we had a 3-day, weekend. But Carter Knox is back at Arkansas. Adu Thero will have to decide in the next tomorrow. By tomorrow, so we're going to know in the next couple of days if he's coming back. But Carter Knox, pretty exciting as a guy who got better and better. Coach talked about Billy Richmond when he was in town for the road show, Pat. I think Carter Knox sort of applies the same way in that he's got all kinds of upside and finished much better than he began, as you would expect from a younger player. But what do you think that matters for Arkansas, what it means to their potential for next year?
Yeah, I think it's huge. Obviously, we've talked about him before, and he was a player that just got better every day. It seemed like every game he was much more comfortable. Him and Billy Richmond, but Carter Knox, and even like his, everything from he's an 18, 19-year-old kid, but like his shooting up and his decision making, everything. I'm so excited to have him back. He's got a bright future, obviously, in the NBA. And so I think it was smart and, not very surprising that he would decide to come back and play for Coach Cal. You saw his improvement under Coach Cal and his staff. So big-bodied kid, physical, versatile. So, I'm excited about that one. Really excited. That's a big get. I mean, we talk about the 5-star recruits, but in this transfer portal, forget the NIL, but, the transfer portal is something that probably is going to get, I don't know, what rules to sort of slow it down.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like getting another, 6-star player. I mean, that you get back in Evan Carter Knox.
Yeah, you got a stud he's young, but he's also got experience. So, pretty good plus for Arkansas. What do you think Thero's going to do?
I don't know. His post that he made, is he going to be in the draft room? Did anybody else see that? The post that he made? It feels to me like he's going to stay in the draft.
Yeah.
But he did put something out maybe over the weekend.
I saw that tweet too, but I don't think he'll be in the draft room, but it did seem like he's leaning towards staying in the draft. The deadline is tomorrow night.
Yeah. It was something to the effect of, looked like he was confirming that it was staying.
Well, we will see. But Carter Knox certainly a pretty big score for Arkansas. Good piece to build around and work with. So we'll see what happens with Thero. I guess, like you said, tomorrow or maybe today. I'll announce it. We'll see. NBA Eastern and Western. Pat, thoughts on the Knicks and the Pacers? Let's start there. After they kind of turned the tables on the Pacers and came back after being down big in the game, looked like they were dead in the water and found a way.
Yeah, I know. It's just been the most, I don't know, the NBA playoffs have not gone, I guess outside of Oklahoma City Thunder, they've not gone any way that I thought they would go. Not even close. Indiana, probably, I didn't see it coming. Maybe Christian did after last year, but I did not anticipate them to be able to go on this kind of run. And, the Knicks, I think, they're going to have challenges, in the future. I'm not a big fan of 6-foot point guards. And, I was watching something and, the way that they play, I'm not a big fan of that. But Oklahoma City have been the best defensive team this NBA season. And as much as defense wins championships, I think, they emerged with some great offensive guys too. So I'm happy for them because they've been knocking on the door for 20 years almost, Oklahoma City. So
yeah,
looks like they're gonna close it out.
Yeah, talking about the Knicks a little bit and how Thibs won't go deep. Kenny Smith had maybe one of the greatest quotes of all time when he said Thibodeau wouldn't play 9 guys if he was coaching baseball.
No,
it's like, what a quote.
That was great. That was funny. Yeah, so it was. Yeah, the Knicks. I would say one thing about Tibbs, though. I mean, he can squeeze water out of a rock. I mean, that guy. He's going to get as much out of it as he can. So, but yeah, I mean, they not the most talented team, but they're still in the East Conference Finals.
Who do you like tonight?
Tonight.
Yes, East.
I mean, you got to be the Pacers, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Jordan Wicks said earlier that he thinks whoever wins this game tonight wins the series. You agree with that? It's debatable.
Well, the only reason that's difficult is because Indiana's won 2 in New York.
That's true.
That's what's so wacky about this NBA this year. Well, maybe in the Eastern Conference, not so much the Western Conference, but I mean, you got Indiana going to New York and winning 2, and you got New York going to Indiana winning 2. Like, so I don't no. I think Indiana wins, but even if New York wins, Indiana's proven to be able to go to the big city and win too. So, but I'm staying away from it on any betting app.
Despite Madison Square Garden being one of the best environments in professional sports, you could argue it's probably not the greatest home court environment because everybody that goes in there wants to show out. It's MSG. It's the Mecca.
Yeah, it's like going to L.A., right? I mean, you want to. I mean, you get Hollywood actresses on the
hardwood. Yeah.
You want to. Although they do say when there was that when anybody plays the Miami Heat, they don't play very well because they're at the strip clubs the night before all night long. So there's that too.
I'm sure that's not true. Just a rumor, Pat. Just a rumor. All right, buddy. Appreciate you. Got to run. Thanks to our friends at River City Flooring. Always good to have you on, and we'll talk next week and see where we are with all that. Let's. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed that Adu decides to come back.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Would be nice.
All right, boys. Love you.
See you, buddy. Love you too. Have a good day.
What's up,
PJ,
Pat?
what's wrong with you today?
No, I'm just locked
tired?
in. I mean, I
You
just
too relaxed. Too relaxed.
I
on the
am really
weekend.
chill. Like, what was
Need to
it?
be more on edge.
I need to be more on edge.
Did you do the show? Did you have to do TV on Memorial Day?
Oh no, I didn't. I did not.
Did
Thank
you,
God.
Wasn't that nice?
I'm not gonna lie. This. I mean, I love. My bad. I love my work over
well,
there.
it's nice. Listen, like I said, I love my job. I love coming to work every day. I love getting up at 5 and prepping for the show. It's fun.
Yeah.
But you know what I like better?
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Yeah.
I tell you, hey, before we go to break, here, I'm gonna pep it up. I will say this: you're not here, but I know something that you did today. I know you
guarantee because I didn't walk here.
I know you put your seatbelt on.
You know
all the way
I did.
over there. I know you did.
You know I did.
I learned
All
my
the way up
lesson.
here.
Every time now, I remember that day I forgot to put it on before I pulled out of the parking lot. Now when I do that, I just hear you yelling instead of that little beeping sound in my car. Yeah, lock it in, everybody. It's all about staying safe. It's all about making sure you put your safety and other people around you at the forefront. When it comes to vehicle accidents, when it comes to causes of death, unfortunately, not having a seatbelt on ranks number 4 in that category. Something so quick and so easy, very fast and so simple that can save your life. And once again, one thing, unfortunately, that will come with it. If you do get pulled over, if an officer sees you without your seatbelt on, they will give you that ticket. I will remind you, it's not on purpose to ruin your day. It's all about making sure you continue to make sure you put your safety at the forefront of that mind. So once again, it's a click it or ticket campaign. They don't want to pull you over and give you a ticket, but they, as my guy would say, oblige you with that nice ticket for a friendly reminder. But let's avoid that. Put your seatbelt on. Click or ticket. A message from our friends at the Arkansas State Police.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Ouachita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
This is Sports Center.
The Fayetteville Regional is set. Arkansas will be hosting North Dakota State, Creighton, and Kansas. Game 1 will be Friday against North Dakota State at 2. This is Arkansas baseball's 12th time hosting a regional and the 3rd year in a row they've done so, as well as the 7th time in the last 8 full seasons. Elsewhere, Little Rock baseball won 5 games in 4 days in the OVC tournament to clinch their tournament berth. They'll be in the Baton Rouge Regional with LSU, Rhode Island, and Dallas Baptist. And in Arkansas basketball news, forward Carter Knox has withdrew his name from the NBA draft and will be returning to Fayetteville. He averaged 8 points on 46% from the field and 35% from 3 in his freshman year on the Hill. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to sams.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at sams.adhe.edu.
Jim's Razorback Pizza is the place to visit when craving some delicious, authentic pizza. They're known for amazing thin crust pies and the best Detroit-style deep dish pizza in town. You can also order freshly baked pasta or wings, along with specialty baked sandwiches, fries, and signature salads. If you're looking for a great place to watch the game and the most accommodating service around, they'll save you a seat at Jim's Razorback Pizza in Little Rock and Morgan Maumelle.
Are you dreaming of excitement and adventure? Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo of Russellville is the place to be. From the cost-effective and customizable Sea-Doo Switch pontoon boat to a one-of-a-kind Can-Am Spider, Hubbard Power Sports has what you're looking for. Looking for a Sea-Doo personal watercraft? Don't worry, we've got you covered there too. From a Can-Am Defender farm rig to the all-new 240-horsepower Can-Am Maverick R, we've got it all. With a large selection of Can-Am four-wheelers and side-by-side models in stock now. Stop by and see us in Russellville. Visit us at hubbardpowersports.com.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? Oh, no way, dude. Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
See Agent Steve Ferguson in Little Rock, Bo Beavis in Cabot, or Daniel Vickers in Sherwood.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're back in the zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
All right, we're back in the zone, and we are joined by, first time ever, I guess. I don't think we've ever had him on before, Christian Franklin, former Razorback outfielder who's now roaming the outfield here at Principal Park in Des Moines for the AAA Iowa Cubs, and we had Jordan Wicks on earlier. And Christian, welcome, first of all. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Appreciate you. Jordan has been singing your praises for a couple of weeks. And, Christian, I meant to have you play that clip coming in. You know, you talked about, we were talking before the show, you were struggling a little bit hitting-wise, but the one thing that's been consistent with you has been getting on base all year. And so and defensively always been really good out in the outfield. But you feel pretty good? We were talking about you had a good week last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been feeling good overall. I think what's helped me is just getting back to that right center approach. That's where my natural bat path is. My power plays really well. And I think earlier in the year I was pulling the ball a lot, and I was having some success with it at the beginning of the year, but I just started, rolling over to the shortstop, hitting a lot of ground balls to the left side of the field. So I just needed to get back to my approach. And yeah, things have been going well since then.
How hard is it to adjust in season, or how much do you work on that? I guess you have to be out of in the cage a lot, working on it.
Yeah, I think one thing that is nice about professional baseball is we play so much that you get opportunities to work on your swing every single day. So it can be tough to make adjustments, but I think throughout my pro ball career, I've gotten better and better at it. And I think the guys that are the best players, everybody's going to struggle at some point, but the best players can do it at bat to at bat or even like swing to swing, So just recognizing the issues and fixing it as quick as possible is, I think.
So we were talking before, again, we came on about Des Moines, and you made a pretty quick rise. You were in AA last year and then started there this year and moved up pretty quick. Mm-hmm. How do you like it being in AAA? Now I'm sure it's been your dream for a long time. You're just one step away from the majors now.
Yeah, no, it feels good. It's kind of I guess not weird, but it's like you're so close to the major leagues, but you also want to be, where your feet are. But I'm definitely grateful to, be on this team. We have a ton of good players. I've played with a ton of great players, guys that have gone up and, made their major league debuts. So I'm grateful. And, yeah, I like Des Moines. It's a great place to be.
So having a former Razorback teammate on the roster is a little bit unique, too. How's that been, having Connor here?
It's cool. It's just another level of familiarity that you have, I played with Connor at South Bend in High A. I played with him at Double A. So, yeah, we've kind of gone through all the levels together. So it's been great to have him. And, he deals whenever he goes out there. So I love playing center field behind him and, playing hard whenever I can.
What have you seen from him as far as his development?
He's been great. He's been consistent. And, it's the same thing that you saw in college. It's a guy that's going to go out there and he's going to throw strikes majority of the time, fill up the zone, which I feel like is the biggest thing for a lot of pitchers. He's going to attack, and he's just consistent. That's what I see from Connor.
What do you guys do as far as training goes during the year? I know obviously you're throwing and you're in the cage and stuff, but as far as like workouts go, you guys are lifting, I assume, during the year. Is it regularly scheduled? You guys have your own, regimen, or how's that work?
Yeah, I try to get two lifts in. I was doing 3 at the beginning of the year, but now it's more just 2 full body workouts. But the thing about professional baseball is you play, 6 days a week. You only get 1 off day, so it's kind of just managing your body. I think taking care of yourself is one of the things that's most important in professional baseball that is just so different from, college baseball. It's, not as many games, obviously younger. As you get older, your legs start to get a little bit more tired. So just managing your workload at the same time. If I'm feeling a little bit run down, I might not hit a full lift. I'll maybe just do 2 sets of certain stuff just to get my body primed up. But just managing it as best I can.
You're 25?
25,
yeah.
Sure.
Got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Hey,
already.
So earlier, Jordan was talking. This was actually last week. He was talking about you, and he just says, "Yeah, he's going to be in the big leagues, no doubt about it." And I know, just working your way up, like you just said, it seems so close, but you got to stay where you are. Mm-hmm. Is it easy? This may sound bad. To tell what guys just ain't got it, but you can see they keep on trying, where this may be the furthest that they can get. Do you notice that as a ball player?
I guess that's hard to say, because I feel like if you're at AAA, then everybody has the talent to be able to play in the major leagues. Mm-hmm. But what separates you is, being able to be consistent every single day throughout the course of a long season. And I feel like the mental side of it, honestly, is what separates the guys that can make it to that next level versus the guys that don't. A lot of times you see guys that'll have a good game here or there, but they just can't do it throughout a whole week. Or their sights are too much on the big leagues, and then they're pressing too much, trying to do too much because you are so close to being at that major league level. So I think the best guys are the ones that just show up every single day and are where their feet are and do it, day in, day out.
Talking to Go ahead, Christian. Sorry.
In baseball, there's something called quadruple A players, and they're players that tear it up at triple A, and then they get called up to the majors, and they just can't perform.
God, that was like me from college to the pro. Dang, what's that called in football?
NFL Europe.
Is that what it is? Dang it.
I'm curious about the mental pressures of it. I was talking to Jordan about his mental coach, too. And I'm sure you got a mental coach, whether it's here or an individual one, too. But, this is a really interesting level to me, too, in AAA. By the way, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Christian Franklin, former Razorback, who's now with the AAA Cubs. But, again, there's always that, I would think, and I don't know what has to happen for things to move, for you either to pop up to the dream or to get sent back down to Double-A. I mean, I don't know how fine that line is, but, I mean, again, that's a lot of pressure if you let it. You think about it. I love what you said about having, being where your feet are. Again, all you can do is control your day-to-day, right, and try to play well here.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's one thing that is different as I've started to get closer to the big leagues. You start to notice, who's in front of you. And, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that has to happen, for you to get that opportunity, especially, the Cubs, obviously, as good as they are. Their outfield's really great. But I think – just being available when that opportunity comes up is the most important thing. That's why taking care of your body is super important, especially over the course of playing 150 games. You never know when someone might go down. Obviously, you're not wishing that on anybody, but just being ready when you do get that opportunity to go up there is what's most important.
But is there a little bit of you that goes, gee, I really hope Pete Crow Armstrong goes 0 for 25?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you guys root for the big team? I mean, I wonder about that.
Absolutely.
You root for all the organization teams? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We watch them all the time, whenever we can, if they have a day game. But yeah, no, never wishing any ill will against someone. I try to keep it as positive as possible. Love Pete. Obviously, it was cool to be with Tucker and Hap and Saya and all those guys. Learned a ton from them during big league camp this year. So have nothing but good things to say about those guys.
If you're going to root against them, don't waste your energy this week because they're playing Colorado. So, I mean, that's all I know. They had such a tough start to the schedule. It was like Dodgers, and then it's like seems like you play all the NL West teams, and then now all of a sudden it's like, okay, now you get a little bit of a break. You play some, like Miami and Colorado. They're all still major leaguers, obviously, but a little bit softer part of the schedule, which is nice. Got to mount those wins up, I guess, and count those up now.
No doubt.
As far as the Arkansas connections go, that's why we wanted to come up here and visit with you. Was not only that we're rooting for you now, but we kind of keep connected. You know how Razorback fans are; they're going to root for you until the end of your career. But it's it's regional week, a lot of good memories. You got to go to Omaha your freshman year.
Yes.
You guys had a short stay, but you were a star. You actually were the best hitter on the team during that trip. What are your memories of going to Omaha in that freshman season?
It was just a cool experience. I mean, I think I knew going to Omaha was special. I didn't realize until after I didn't go my next 2 years how hard it is to actually make it to Omaha. But yeah, I mean, the city's cool. They do a lot of stuff to make it super interactive for the players. So I have nothing but great memories, from Omaha. It was good times, obviously, playing well, made it even better.
And then there's going to be times, obviously, where we don't, things that just completely out of control. We were talking about that, with injuries and things with Jordan, but you also lived through the COVID year. And
yes.
What were your memories of finding out, like, oh, we're not going to have a tournament this year?
Yeah, I just remember I think we were about to travel to Mississippi State, I want to say, and it went from, okay, we're not going to play this series to, okay, now we're shut down for 2 weeks to the whole season's done in a matter of like an hour or two. So obviously that was tough. I was playing well that year. Heston Kerstad was on that team having an unreal year. Dude, I mean, I know he went, second overall?
Yeah.
I think he could have probably went first, honestly, if we played the whole season. But, it is what it is.
And then the last year, I guess, was the Super Regional NC State?
Yeah, NC State.
Okay, you guys go out and you score like 100 runs in the first game. What are you guys thinking after game one?
That we have it in the bag, honestly. That was kind of a weird time for me because I had strep throat really bad, so I didn't even play that game. But yeah, I mean, I thought that we had it won. Obviously, the pitching was like a little bit limited, but didn't expect what happened. But I mean, Cops did his best.
Yeah, he was an animal. That was amazing.
He was. It was fun to watch that year.
Have you kept up with him?
Yeah, I went down to Arkansas for a little get together for Heston's wedding, and I saw him down there. And then I don't think he threw against us in spring training, but I saw him and, caught up with him after one of the games we played the Padres. So.
Yeah. Do you keep up with anybody other than Connor that you played with?
Yeah, I connected with Lyle Lockhart whenever we went and played the Toledo Mud Hens. Zach Gregory, who I played with, he was my roommate all through college. Curtis Washington. Yeah, those are the main guys. And then I love to, always talk to Van Horn and, Coach Thompson. That's my guy.
You stay in touch with them?
Yeah.
You bounce stuff off them baseball-wise or just kind of catch up?
When I can. Honestly, I'm so bad about keeping in touch with people. But when I can, I'll give Coach Thompson a call, and then I love to go down there and just, talk with them. We'll talk for hours whenever I go back down.
Yeah. Well, now that you're in AAA, obviously these ballparks, I think there's 11,000 something maybe here at Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a comp to bomb. But, in AA, I'm sure you played in some pretty small, dingy ballparks over the years.
Yeah.
This is a little better situation. But, you feel spoiled now from your college days? That was a pretty special deal. Not many guys had it like that.
Yeah, I don't think I've still experienced crowds that were as electric as Baum Stadium. Each level you go up in pro ball is a little bit better, but still, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat it until, I'm playing in the big leagues.
Yeah. We were talking to, Christian, if you don't know, this is from Kansas City. So you've been pretty close to home the whole time. You go to school pretty close to home. Knoxville's not terribly far away, and now you're in Des Moines, which is a couple hours, 2.5 hours away from Kansas City. So pretty nice to be able to have family, friends come up.
Yeah, it's nice to have the family just, be close. They travel up about once a month, but yeah, I think throughout my career, it's usually, when you're further away in, the South Bends or Tennessees, you might see them, once every couple of months, but just being so close, it's nice to have them up, more frequently and be able to connect with them.
Even at this level, you guys travel bus, everything, or you guys fly some games?
No, we actually fly. The AAA flight schedule is terrible, though. We're getting on the 6 a.m. early birds.
But you guys are all commercial?
Yeah.
But at least it's better than being in a bus league.
It is.
So you like the schedule at Arkansas better? Was the charter flights
the charter
better?
flights and the milk and cookies on the. Yeah, it was a little bit better, for sure.
What are your memories of regional time and hosting at Arkansas?
Man, just electric. I guess fans and audience watching us. I always felt like it was a advantage to be playing at home. And yeah, it just means, more. It's weird when you get into pro ball, you go from college where, everything is so about winning, and then it starts to kind of turn into more about development until I feel like, obviously you want to win games, but when you get to the big leagues, that's when winning is really, really, what it's all about. I just remember the camaraderie among my teammates and, just how fun it was to go out there and compete with those guys.
I haven't talked to many minor leaguers about this, but it hasn't been that long since the schedule was changed to where they're doing, I guess it was a COVID effect, really, but you had the 6 straight games in one location, and then you take a day off and, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How is that, as far as that goes, versus a traditional, a 3 or 4 game set and then getting a couple days off in between?
Yeah, I just say it's more wearing on the body. I think, too, if you're having maybe a bad week and guys are, figuring out how to pitch you, especially at AAA, it's you're not getting anything different if you're not, making an adjustment. So if you're not hitting spin, you're getting spin for all 6 days.
Sure.
But on the other side of things, if you're swinging it well, then, it's easy to stay in that groove and just keep it going because you're playing every single day. I think sometimes when you have a couple days off, it's easy to, maybe lose a little bit of feeling. And, on our off days, we don't really practice. But yeah, I like the 6-day schedule.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. I was just curious because, it is probably nice from a travel standpoint, kind of get there and park it, and then you guys are there for however long, and then or you're home for a 6-day stand or whatever. So
yeah.
What can you tell us about tonight? Got a scouting report?
I think we're facing a major league rehabber, Blackburn, I think is his name. But I'm excited to play against one of my guys from Kansas City, Luke Ritter. I was a freshman when he was a senior in high school at Rockhurst High School, and we worked out this past offseason. So, yeah, it'll be fun to compete against him.
You guys went to the same high school?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to Jordan about this from a pitching standpoint. How about for hitters? As far as the info that you guys get, pretty good as far as the analytics go with what you're going to face?
Yeah, it's a lot. I try to keep it as simple as possible, though.
Yeah.
Just stay on the fastball. Obviously, I like to know what his primary, secondaries, and, maybe his third go-to pitch. But, a lot of these guys, you look at there's so much information, and some of these guys have, 6 pitches. It's you got to, pick and choose what you want to focus on. So I think just simplifying it as much as possible is a key to me.
Have you played center professionally strictly, or have you played elsewhere in the outfield?
No, I'm actually playing a lot more center this year, which I worked with Quentin Berry and I can't remember the first base coach right now. But we worked on my first steps in the outfield again because after I had injured myself in 22, times weren't as great. I was playing more corners, but I've gotten a lot better. I've gotten back to feeling like my old self, and I feel like you can see it on the field. I've made a lot more diving plays, better plays, getting to a lot more balls this year, so I'm happy to be back in center this year.
Yeah, I always assumed center would be the hardest, but I've talked to players over the years, and playing the corners is difficult because of the way the ball comes off the bat.
Yeah, I think center field, it's hit more true often. You have more ground to cover, but I just feel like it's more simple. The ball's hit straight versus, you get top spin and side spin. Especially the ones down the line, too, are kind of tough to deal with. But, yeah, I enjoy center field.
Yeah. So do you ever dream about major leagues, or you don't even think about it right now?
No, I definitely think about it. I mean, it's been my dream ever since, I started playing baseball. So, I feel like that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me consistent every single day is realizing that, this isn't the end goal. But, I think you have to have aspirations of making it to that next level and, dominating at the next level.
You don't have much downtime here, but what do you do when you got downtime in Des Moines?
Try to get some good food.
Got some spots you like here?
I mean, Ruth Chris, but I mean that doesn't really, They had one in Kansas City, but they closed it down for whatever reason. So
that's DJ's joint. He likes when he goes to Northwest Arkansas. Do you know DJ? Have you met DJ Williams, former football player? Tight end.
So. Washed
he's
up
a little older
long time
than you.
ago. Yeah.
I don't know. He's hanging around campus some.
Hey, they do have a new Ruth Chris up there in Northwest Arkansas.
It's been there like 15 years.
No, that building's done. They opened up a new location. I think they quadrupled the size. It's insane.
Okay.
Yeah, looks insane.
Did you hit that when you were back in school?
No.
Yeah. Did you get the
he could now.
No, yeah, I missed it by a year. I was bummed about that one.
You said you had dreams of MLB. If you could pick, I guess this is easy, right? Would you rather steal the home? How do you say? How would I say this? Steal the home run ball? No, like you're center field.
Defensively,
some dude knocks it out, and you jump up the wall, steal it,
rob a home run,
and win the series. Or would you rather? I mean, I feel like a walk-off is for sure what you would pick, right?
Yeah.
God, I don't know. What would you pick? Walk-off?
You gotta go walk-off bomb. I just feel like hitting a home run, or even just a walk-off hit is just an electric feeling. Can't compare it to anything. I mean, making plays on defense is fun too, but yeah.
If you go up over the wall here in Des Moines and steal one, you really got up.
Yeah, you Superman.
Yeah, I don't know how high that wall is, but it's like 15 feet at least.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. How do you like it defensively? Jordan hates it because he said the ballpark's too small from a pitcher standpoint.
Yeah. It's different. I feel like the parks that I played at in Knoxville, the ball to center field, it didn't really fly. Also, we're using big league balls now, so smaller park, big league balls. There's a lot of plays at the wall, which that's probably the part of my outfield that I need to work on the most. So I kind of appreciate it, but yeah, there's a lot of plays, close to the wall. But honestly, it's not terrible to play. I feel like even if you do kind of misplay something, it's hard to get a triple in this park because it's such a small park. Knock on wood. Don't want that to happen.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Last thoughts here. Again, we're getting ready to go into the regionals, and obviously Dave Van Horn's had an out away from winning a title, but you mentioned that you have kept in touch. Just curious about sort of playing for him and your experience with him and your thoughts, I guess, on him as a coach. Even though he hasn't won the big one, I think he's pretty well respected, obviously, nationally as far as what he's done. Yeah,
absolutely. I have nothing but respect and just gratitude towards DVH. Just giving me the opportunity to play as a freshman, and he helped me to develop so that I was ready going into pro ball. I mean, all of those guys. I think that's one of the things that I appreciate the most about Arkansas is coming in. I was small freshman, didn't really know the game, and they helped develop you into a true ball player and help you to improve in all aspects of it. So yeah, just extremely grateful for him.
You batting leadoff tonight?
They haven't sent the lineup out, but I'd assume so.
You're playing tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. I came all this way. I'm really hoping to see you guys. So I'm glad Connor's throwing, too. That'll be fun tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, good luck, man. I really appreciate the time. Thanks for coming up with us.
Yeah, appreciate you.
All right. That's it. Christian Frank, we're going to let him get ready for a little ball game tonight.
Yes, sir.
And see how things go, but I'm looking forward to it. We'll take a break, come back in a second. DJ, if you want to hit something, we can do that. We'll be back and wrap up our second hour. Next hour, we got a couple guests coming in. We got Susan up. I know Gabe Holmstrom's coming in. We're going to have Trey Schapp from the SEC meetings again, thanks to our friends at Blackman Auction. So he'll join us 12:05 today.
Well, we were talking about Ruth Chris. It got me thinking about that high-quality meat they got up there. I'll tell you, if you're someone who believes you are a grill master and you want to put it to the test and see if you can compete with some of the best in the world, you're going to need high-quality meat to even stand a chance. We got a place right here in our own backyard. I'm talking Standing Firm Farms in Greenbrier. They produce that high-quality Angus beef that includes your ribeye. You got your filet, you got your sirloin, New York strip, chuck roast, ground beef patties. They got it all. And you can get it in almost any size that you want. It goes up to offer a quarter, a half, or even whole sides of beef. Now, you can order the steak and burger bundle box and have it delivered to your front doorstep. You talk about convenience. They got you covered. Owners Bobby and his son David Gilmore are top quality guys who produce that high-quality Angus beef. Some of the best in the state. So any event you got coming up, I know Memorial Day was just this past weekend, but you got family reunions, 4th of July. You're going to be treating a lot of people, and you want to feed them good and have them brag about your cooking for a long time. You got to make sure you get that product from Standing Firm Farms in Greenbrier. Like I said, you go online, pick what you want. They'll package it all up, send it to your front doorstep. You can't beat local, especially when local is some of the best in the business. Go visit my friends. You can call them at 501-460-1688 or just go to standingfirmfarms.com.
But if you ever need a place to stay, come around my way.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Founded by the dynamic music duo Cliff and Susan Prowse, Big Red Dog Productions, your gateway to music excellence, offering music production, artist development, with a proven track record of award-winning events. From recording the songs you've written to learning how to book and play crowd-engaging shows, their Entertainers Academy can ignite your music career. Visit BigRedDogProductions.com. Your path to a full-time music career awaits.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring. Are you needing new flooring or a custom shower today, but need time to pay for it? Come see my friends at River City Flooring in Maumelle and get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring or bathroom remodel. They carry the largest selection of waterproof flooring, carpet, tile, hardwood, and granite countertops. Come in for the huge spring sale. Get up to 48 months to pay for your new flooring, 0% financing. Sale ends soon, so don't wait.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
If you're like a lot of people I know, you're spending a lot of time at home this year watching basketball and other sports, and your home's your happy place. You may be noticing, though, the scuffs and faded colors on your walls, and that can drive you crazy. That's where CertaPro can help with a paint refresh. They can make your experience worry-free, starting with a free estimate. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. Schedule your estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. And each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. Coming up Tuesday on Out of Bounds, don't forget, no show on Monday for Memorial Day, but Tuesday we'll be back, and Matt Jones will join us. We'll wrap up the SEC tournament and look ahead to the regionals. Plus, we'll take a look back at the Razorbacks Super Regional against Ole Miss in softball, and we'll talk a little basketball with Matt Zimmerman. Coach Z joins us on Tuesday. All that and a whole lot more coming up Tuesday on Out of Bounds.
The Zone is back. You know what's better than listening to Justin Acri and DJ Williams? Watching them on our live stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Now, let's get back into the show.
Another nice visit with Christian Franklin. Welcome back in as we are live here in Des Moines. And DJ, got a special guest coming up tomorrow who works with the broadcast team here in Des Moines, and he's got a connection to you, sir.
Who?
I can't tell you. It's a surprise.
You got a connection to me?
Yep.
and they are in the broadcasting game in Des Moines.
That's right.
What sport? All sports?
You're going to find out.
Come on,
Can't
give me
wait.
something, man.
You're getting nothing and
Give me
like
give
it,
me
Spalding.
just a little bit, man.
You get nothing. UAMS Ortho Now, I want to tell you about them. They are open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS, 8 to 8, Monday through Friday, 8 until noon. It's a true walk-in clinic, and you know the one. It's over there right off I-630. If you want to call ahead, you can, 501-686-TOSH, 501-686-8674. But it is any kind of orthopedic issue. They've got their fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons available to you to treat you. They can do x-rays on site. So if you've got a sports injury or anything else that's tweaked from an orthopedic standpoint, it doesn't matter if you're young, old, or in between, they got you covered at Ortho Now. It is absolutely now, 6 days a week, 8 to 8 again on the weekdays and 8 to noon on Saturdays. So if you got hurt doing something, they have got to, they're ready to stand by and help you out. So just roll up in there and let them treat you. Don't live in pain and don't tolerate something you think might be wrong. Like with Jordan earlier with that hamstring we were talking about. If it feels funky, go get it looked at. No need to worry about it, and just go get it treated. 801 Cottage Drive in the Rock. It is Ortho Now from our friends at UAMS Health at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital.
How's that drive up there, man?
Easy, other than a little bit of rain.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to getting back home, though.
What'd you listen to? Didn't you say, like, you're old man now and you listen to only 2 artists now? 2 bands?
Speaking of old men, I listen to my old man most of the time.
Oh,
He
yeah?
rode up here with me. You know, my dad was down for Maddox's graduation, so he rolled back with me.
Yeah.
So he
Did
asked
they
me
fly
about,
down and then ride back with you?
No, they drove down
okay.
together in a big group, and then my dad just jumped in with me and we rolled
Okay.
back up. Yep.
That's fun. I met the whole crew. I liked him. He was a good dude. He started busting out Justin's graduation photos from when he was in high school.
Okay.
But Justin
It
told
wasn't
him to
even
take that back to the car.
It wasn't even graduation. It's a whole nother story, and it's a whole thing, and it's dumb, and it makes me mad when he busts it out, and it irritates me, and he knows it, but he does it anyway.
I never saw it. I didn't even have
Good.
a chance to see it.
Oh,
great.
Justin was like, Frank, take it back to the car now.
He's just such a, oh my God. God bless my father. He's one of a kind. Thank goodness.
Thanks for choosing Whataburger. What can I get started for you?
At Whataburger, each meal is made to order, so you can always get exactly what you crave. If that's a Whataburger What a Meal, you got it. But if you're in the mood for something a little more you, like a Whataburger with grilled onions, crispy bacon, and creamy pepper sauce, go for it. March to the beat of your own drum. Bite into the beef of your own Whataburger creation. Whataburger, just like you like it.
This is Justin Acri with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888 for Rainwater Holton Sexton. They'll help you weather the storm.
Don't get sidetracked.
That man is playing Galaga.
We'll keep you on course.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
Law enforcement agencies across the state are still trying to track down an escaped inmate. The Department of Corrections says former Gateway Police Chief Grant Hardin escaped Sunday afternoon. They say he used a disguise to look like an officer when he got out of the North Central Unit in Calico Rock. The 59-year-old is serving a 30-year sentence for first-degree murder and a 50-year sentence for rape. The Department of Corrections is reviewing video and conducting interviews to figure out how he fled and where he might be going. The U.S. Department of Transportation is rating bridge conditions across the country. The department released results of a study by the Federal Highway Administration. It evaluated bridge age, design, construction, maintenance, and traffic load. 674 of the nearly 13,000 bridges in Arkansas are considered poor. 15 of those are in Pulaski County. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Tune in to Out of Bounds to hear from Captain Kendall Diggs. Brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Stephen Elmore or give him a call at 501-537-0959.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It's going to be a mostly cloudy day with a 40% chance of rain showers, a high around 75 degrees. Tonight, a night of a fog and mist developing with a low around 64. Tomorrow, up to 80, but still a 20% chance of showers for our Wednesday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Millar golfwear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJ spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Bath Makeover of Arkansas started with 50. Now we're looking for 30 homeowners to participate in our Spring Into Savings event. 30 homeowners will receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. Bath Makeover is looking to evaluate our exciting new product lines in real bathroom conditions, including our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall system. That's right, you'll be compensated for your time just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. The first 30 homeowners to call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 50% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 0% interest financing options, senior and military discounts. Receive a $200 Visa gift card with purchase and call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is spaghetti for only $7.49 per pound, paired with seasoned green beans for just $4.49 per pound.
The leader in sportsbook apps in the state of Arkansas, Bet Saracen, has a club you might want to consider joining. It's the perfect offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Everyone who has ever forgotten something owes a debt to Dr. Eleanor McGuire. Her work as a cognitive neuroscientist featured research on the human hippocampus in London taxi drivers and transformed the understanding of memory, revealing that a key structure in the brain can actually be strengthened like a muscle. Dr. McGuire illustrates that those cabbies who learn new routes actually train their brains for future planning. So maybe you can teach an old dog new tricks. Ask your Doublebee's cashier about signing up for a rewards card where you can save some do-re-mi on purchases at all stores. Doublebee's is looking out for you. Doublebee's, where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
All right, busy little bees we are. Let's get to it. Trey Schaap joining us in about 1 second here from SEC meeting, so we'll get to him in a second. We're going to talk to Susan Irwin-Prowse in about, 9 minutes. What is happening right now? There we go. In about 10 minutes or so, maybe 15. And then we will talk to Gabe Holmstrom, who was with the Downtown Partnership, Little Rock Downtown Partnership, Downtown Little Rock Partnership. Anyway, about some things going on in downtown and whatever else he wants to get into, or whatever else I want to get into. What do you want to get into? That's what I'd like to know. We've got the Whit Davis Lumber Plus live fan feedback open. We have got all of the D3 Auto Sales texts to get to, plenty of them. But right now, let's join Trey Schaap, who's busy down in Destin.
Coverage of the SEC spring meetings from the Sandestin Hilton in Sandestin, Florida is presented by Blackman Auctions. For over 85 years, better auctions have always been Blackman Auctions. By Bet Saracen. Bet with the best sports betting app in Arkansas and win. And Beechwood Hospitality. The leader in stay and hotel property management is Beechwood Hospitality.
You better believe it. And they're going to be awfully busy, Trey Schaap, this coming week for regionals and super regionals, I am sure, with their hotels in Northwest Arkansas. You are kicking it at the beach. I'm heading there in, I guess, about a week to hang out with my kid for a few days. What's happening down there?
Just a lot of coaches talk already. They lined up several coaches for us to talk to this morning, and then they are starting their meeting here. Actually, it's supposed to start at noon with the basketball coaches, and I just saw Bruce Pearl kind of walking towards the meeting room, so I'm not sure that they're going to start on time. But Steve Sarkeesian, Kalen DeBoer, Clark Lee, Mike Elko, just to name a few of the football coaches, Kirby Smart earlier today. And then just got to hear from Todd Golden, the head coach of the Florida Gators basketball team that won a national championship. And I asked him about what he sees the role for Brady Fland and how he was able to help, how he was able to get him out of the portal. And so he gave us some thoughts on that I will obviously cut up and get back to you guys here in a minute when we get off the call.
Were his thoughts money, Trey? Is that what he said?
You know that money was a part of it. That's the way it is these days in college athletics.
Give me a recap of Sankey yesterday. Greg Sankey, the commissioner.
Whether or not they go to 16 teams, and then does the SEC go to a 9-game schedule if they go to 16, or do they stay at an 8-game schedule? He obviously doesn't want the institution to get the big games like an Arkansas Notre Dame that we have this year, and Arkansas Oklahoma State. He still would like to see the league stick with those schedules. And then the other thing is, and a lot of the talk down here is trying to figure out what the judge is going to rule in this House settlement. What are the limits going to be? When should there be a transfer portal? Some coaches are saying we need one transfer window and that be it. We'd like to know what our team is by the end of January, 1st of February. So, okay, that's our team. That's who we have to practice with, to work with, and go into the season with. As the first, you go through spring ball, and then all of a sudden you have another window of transfers.
Spring brawl, maybe sometimes. Just depends, I guess.
Yeah, that too.
So basketball coaches, football coaches are there, ADs are there. What other legislation do you expect them to discuss?
Like with the women's basketball going to a rev share of the NCAA tournament on the women's side, there is some legislation in the SEC bylaws that have to be changed of how that money is divvied up, because they haven't had that. So it's just basically putting that on paper saying, here's how we're going to divvy that money up. So it's based on how far you go, how far you advance, and it's the same as the men's model. but they don't have it in writing, and so they have to do that. That's one legislation item that's definitely going to pass. And then there are some changes based on what the judge rules in the House settlement issue. The SEC is going to have to adapt pretty quickly, as well as the institutions themselves. But the SEC has to put some legislation in place to adapt, depending on what the judge rules.
Absolutely. Trey Schapp joining us again from Sandestin. And again, it's SEC spring meetings. Appreciate Blackman Auctions. I keep saying options for some reason. There's no other options. Blackman Auctions and our friends at Bet Saracen, and also, again, Beechwood Pinnacle Properties. And looking forward to, again, checking out some of their hotels pretty soon. I don't know if you've talked to the Allen boys, Trey, but, again, I imagine they're pretty close to packed if they're not fully sold out for the weekend. But Yeah, absolutely. All right, what else is on the slate today?
Well, we will hear from Lane Kiffin around 5 o'clock this afternoon, and then Commissioner Sankey at the end of the day to wrap up what happened. Media channels, the Buzz, specifically X or Twitter, because I'll be pulling out some clips and putting little vignettes together of some sound from some of the coaches that we've gotten so far. And Pittman tomorrow and Coach Music tomorrow, and of course Hunter Yurachek when this all wraps up.
Awesome. All right, man, we're going to let you go. I appreciate the time, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Great work down there.
All right, guys, sounds good.
All right, Trey Schapp kicking it down in Sandestin, doing good work per usual. Joining us today on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. Let's get to it. A little entertainment time, and then Susan's going to join us in 8 minutes.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
Well, I was talking about graduation earlier, and Maddox's graduation. I'll tell you this. They were very thorough. They covered all the bases, guys.
Every single one?
Buddy, there was speeching, there was singing, there was dancing, there was no dancing.
Dancing? Okay.
There was praying, a lot of praying.
Got a lot of prayers?
A lot of prayers. What they did not hear from, they heard from the head of schools a couple times. They did not hear from any famous people. But they did at the University of Maryland when they had their graduation. Kermit the freaking Frog. Yeah. I was going to do a Kermit impression, but I couldn't get myself to do it.
I saw it coming.
Yeah, I
heard
could
it
feel
coming.
it coming too.
Kermit the Frog.
Oh, wow. That's not bad.
As you prepare to take the big leap into real life, here's a little advice. If you're willing to listen to a frog, he says, rather than jumping over someone to get what you want, consider reaching out your hand and taking the leap side by side. Because life is better when we leap together. Also, if you get the chance, date a pig. He didn't say that. Anyway, so kind of weird. Don't know how that came together. Apparently there's a connection. Jim Henson graduated from Maryland in 1960. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
All right. Salt and Pepper are in the news. They did not speak at a college or high school graduation. They claim in a lawsuit that they have been ripped off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Who are they coming for?
Their record label. They say that they're violating copyright law by refusing to agree to turn over the rights to their master recordings. Cheryl James, Salt, Sandra Denton, Peppa, filed a lawsuit last week in New York asserting that the Copyright Act of 1976, that's a good one, which says that after several decades, artists can terminate previous agreements and reclaim ownership of the recordings, now applies to them. I don't know what the period of time is. The fight has led to Universal Music Group pulling their music from streaming services. What? I can't listen to What a Man or any of their other music?
Push It.
Push It Good? Is that done?
Yes.
Push It Good. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Push It real good.
Their 1986, it says they should be able to own early recordings, including those from their 86 debut album, Hot, Cool, and Vicious, and 1987's Push It, the aforementioned. Anyway, so we'll see what shakes out with that. But good luck, Salt and Pepper. I'm on your side. Spinderella cut it up one time.
You got me thinking about who are some of the worst commencement speakers. I think Kermit's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Would you stay away from political figures?
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I think comedians are good. Talk show hosts. Former Razorback football players who may or may not have won a Mackey Award.
Yeah.
Those are good, too.
Apparently, James Franco was not the biggest hit back in 2008.
Yeah.
Where'd he do it?
UCLA. I'm trying to think who else. But yeah, most of these are just.
That was about the time that he was getting those accusations coming out about him, though, I think.
Yeah.
08? That was a long time ago.
Was that too early?
Maybe a little bit too early. Because he was still, he did Pineapple Express after that, right?
Ooh, what do you think about,
this is the end.
Octavia Spencer?
Yeah.
Yes.
From Hidden Figures?
Mm-hmm.
Controversy for her speaking at Kent State's graduation because of how much she was paid to do it.
How much?
$100,000 for a 20-minute speech.
So what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's the going rate?
I don't know.
Why'd they pay her to do it at Kent State? Did
I
she
spoke
go to
at
Kent
one.
State?
I did it for free. I didn't know they were paying for it. Thought it was an honor.
Where did you do
You
it?
guys are getting paid for that?
I spoke at the Northwest Arkansas, so it was Springdale, Benton, and Fayetteville when they graduated at the university. They had it at the University of Arkansas, but it was for high school graduation.
They had 3 high schools graduate at the same time?
All together.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's terrible. You should never do that. That's ridiculous.
Pretty bad.
Anyway, yeah, I would speak at a graduation for free.
Oh, you'd be
I'd
great.
be honored to be asked.
Yeah, you'd be great at it.
I'm not smart, but I can put together a decent speech if I have time.
Yeah.
You asked me to go off the cuff. I'm probably going to say something stupid and cry. That may just be at my son's graduation party.
Sorry. And Jerry Springer was another one that didn't resonate too well.
Where was that?
That was 2008, Northwestern University School of Law.
Yeah. Is he a lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
He was a mayor.
He was a mayor in Cincinnati. You know who'd be great is Maury Povich. He could say, "You are the graduate."
There it is.
That'd be great. We could do some more, but we're not going to because Susan's standing by. So let's talk to her. That's more important. And Christian, I'm so mad that we did not play the Moneyball clip coming in. But again, I don't want to diminish Christian Franklin as just a guy who gets on base. He's much more than that right now. And he's hitting for a little power, too. But he does get on base.
Does get on base.
So we can play that clip coming out of the next break, maybe. I love that one. Anyway, I appreciate him coming up here. That was really nice of him to come by. Again, Jordan is, a guy that we have a relationship with, and I'm hoping to get Connor on tomorrow, but we'll see what shakes out there.
I'd kind of be sad if it doesn't work out in the future with him to hang out with us like every year. Right?
Jordan?
Yeah.
I know. I want him to do it in Chicago, though, because the next time we do this, we can go over to the big leagues and hang out at Wrigley.
That'd be
even
cool.
More fun.
I'd go.
I love coming to Principal Park. It's great being in my hometown, but I'd much rather hang out with the Cubs and Chicago. So, have you been to a Major League Baseball game, DJ?
Yes. I threw out a first pitch.
From Milwaukee?
Yep.
Disgusting.
You got to throw out a first pitch? How'd you do?
Well, it was weird because there was 5 of us
did
that
you
threw
all
it
throw?
out. Yeah.
At the same time?
It's tight ends. It was like our tight end room. We all came down there. It was weird. But my only first pitch was at Trav's game. I threw about 74.
Did you
got it
hit
over
the
the plate?
mitt?
Come on, man. What kind of question is that?
People miss the plate all the time. People throw it in the dirt all the time like good athletes. I've
Why?
seen.
That doesn't make sense. It's only 90 feet away.
It's hard
Probably
to do,
pulled
and it's not
50 cent.
90
It's
feet
just
anyway.
I've seen 50
Just won't
cents.
admit it.
I don't get it. But no, I threw a. It was maybe a little high outside, but it was tight. It was close.
Okay.
You would have swung at it for sure.
He would have got you.
Me?
Yeah, I would have got you.
You throw that 74-mile-an-hour cheese, you're going to get it eaten right back up in your face, sir.
There's no shot you hit a 74-mile-an-hour baseball.
By the way, the bases are 90 feet apart. The pitcher's mound's only 60 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh,
60
okay.
feet, 60
It'd be
feet.
hard to throw it from 90.
I don't know.
It'd be really hard.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
I can't throw a strike from 60. I sure as hell ain't throwing a strike from 90. That's for sure.
But there's no way you're hit. There's no shot you're hitting me if I'm throwing and you're at the
74.
Yes.
Dude, I'll hit you left-handed 74.
No way.
Cheese up there, meat.
No way.
I will return to sender like an Elvis song.
Hey, there's no doubt we could get this sponsored and we could go out there and I will strike you out. 3, no doubt about it.
You'll
get 3 at-bats.
We still haven't done the balance beam thing.
3
I could
at-bats.
stand up. First of all, I would walk 3 times because there's no way you could throw 3 strikes at an at-bat.
Oh, my God. You give me
Second
no credit.
Of all, none. No.
Justin, I promise you, I got some stank.
No
All
offense.
right,
I
it's
played way
coming.
more baseball than you, and I couldn't do it. So there's no way in hell you're doing it. G-Pog says on our D3 says text line, it's just Beechwood Properties, no more Pinnacle. I apologize, and I thank you. I was actually, if you couldn't tell, I was kind of scrambling around trying to say it the right way because that's also Trey's account in addition to the fact that they're friends of ours. But I forgot. I knew they changed their name, but I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Listen, it's 3 hours a day. We're on the high wire act up here. I'm lucky I don't fall off and break my neck every day. I'm up here trying to balance it all out.
It's tough.
Work with me, but thank you. Little Rock pitcher threw 69 pitches. Oh, sorry, I was going to hit a couple more.
Nice.
Little Rock pitcher, 69 pitches on the 21st and allowed 4 runs. 129 on the 24th and allowed 1 run. Baseball's a weird game, boys and girls. What was the Greenbrier Farm y'all mentioned? DJ, what's your meat joint?
Standing Firm Farms in Greenbrier.
Their ground beef is unbelievable. It's next level. Guy says, tough segment. In all honesty, does Pat really bring anything to the show? He's hard to follow at times. Yeah, mostly for him. But you know what? I bet he had a really long Memorial Day, and he's probably tired. Give him a break. Ask Pat, is this the most talented roster in Arkansas Razorback history with the addition of Carter Knox? I don't know about that one, Jeff.
That's tough. Yeah.
It's up there, right?
And we played that clip of Courtney Deiffel earlier, through tears, loving on her team verbally. And 2 people texted in, I guess there is crying in softball. You guys are heartless weasels.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to it, Susan.
Sounds good.
Keys to the Weekend with Susan Irwin Prouse is brought to you by Willie D's. Established in 2003, Willie D's has grown into the premier nightlife venue in the Little Rock River Market. Willie D's. Come and get your Willie on.
All right, Susan, welcome.
Welcome. Hey, thank you. I would always wait for DJ to sing that last part.
I know. I was sorry. I was literally visualizing me striking Justin out. Like I think last time I got clocked was probably at the state fair. It was 74, 76, somewhere in there.
DJ.
Hey, listen, I'll be there with popcorn watching.
Come on.
I'm
the
there.
next time you visualize you throwing a 74-mile-an-hour cheese ball at me, you better be asleep, sir. You better make sure you're
Hey,
asleep.
I pitched softball when I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah,
Christian.
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah.
You striking me out with 74 miles an hour?
Yeah.
It's not a dream. It's a delusion.
Well, first of all,
sir.
you act like I'm going to put it right in the middle of the plate.
He's going to paint the corners.
I got mine usually breaks from the way I'm looking, right to left. So from where you're looking,
you
it'll
got a
break
slider
left to
going
right.
on.
Yeah,
I didn't figure
I
you're
do.
throwing a screwball.
I got a built-in slider.
He's throwing some
And
ephus,
so
too.
what I've learned is I got to almost throw it at you, and it usually comes across the middle, somewhere around
He's
the middle.
got technique.
He
knows what he's doing.
He's got brain damage. What he's got.
Hey, well, I'll bring
Anyway.
some music and entertain while we have this showdown. All right, let's do that.
Listen, you guys playing music is a hell of a lot more entertaining than watching DJ walk me on 3 pitches.
Oh, my gosh.
Walk him
Or
on
4
3
pitches.
pitches.
Yeah, 4 pitches, excuse me.
Be amazing.
What? Listen, that's how bad they're going to be. They're going to be like, just take the base already. You're probably going to plunk me anyway. That's
No,
what he's really at.
I wouldn't hit
He's
you.
like, I'm going to hit him.
I wouldn't do
It's
that.
all a ruse. I just want to hit him in the head one time.
Good news is 74 probably wouldn't hurt all too bad.
No,
doubt.
he ain't touching 74.
Well,
Wouldn't
I'll
even
head
be
over to
a
the
welt.
entertainment calendar, and we'll definitely show up with popcorn for that when y'all show down. But yeah, we've got a lot of good music coming across the state. I will say our Memorial Day had me a little behind on our updates, so we're about halfway updated on entertainersguide.com, but I've got some good highlights for y'all, so it'll be up by the end of the day for all of those online options for you to go and scroll to your city at entertainersguide.com. You can find your venue near you. Of course, sponsored by Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar. We're open Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with dueling pianos upstairs, DJs downstairs, karaoke on Tuesdays in our Deep Ultra Lounge. So come on out tonight. We've got our DJs spinning on the weekends as well, packing the dance floor. And I wanted to kind of lead this week with Arkansas CMAs. The Arkansas Country Music Awards are in Conway on Monday. And so this is a big event for the country music scene in Arkansas. And you've got some Willie D's folks, including myself, who are up for some nominations. So Matt Sammons has been there for many years, almost 20 years, off and on playing as a piano player, but he also is the lead singer of Midnight South. So they're up for Vocal Duo of the Year, Entertainer of the Year, and some other stuff. Cliff and I are up for Vocal Duo Group of the Year as well as Entertainer. So we would love for y'all to come celebrate country music with us. A little Willie D's repping up there next Monday. ArkansasMusic.org, you can get your tickets. But on over to the Rev Room. Let's head to the Rev Room next door to Willie D's in the Little Rock River Market. We've got Wednesday night Deep Blue Something, Thursday Colby Cooper, Friday Charlie Farley, and Saturday Jetway Summer Tour. So go over to Rev Room and then head to Willie D's after. Stickies, we've got Thursday night Bands Not Bands, Friday night Bob Goblin, and the Big Damn Horns on Saturday. So you've got music over at Stickies. And I don't know if y'all saw this, but the Hall, Wiz Khalifa, is playing at the Hall on Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, I thought.
Okay,
It's
Wiz.
Saturday at the Hall. Whitewater has a wonderful lineup. Some of them are Dylan Earl, Patrick Sweeney, Louis Michaud of the Lost Bayou Ramblers, and some other ones. So y'all go check out whitewatertavern.com. Great music every week. We are playing River Bottom Winery on Sunday, so if y'all want to come out to the patio, y'all have been there before. And that show is actually 4 to 6 p.m. on the weekend, so you've got music on the patio out there. North Little Rock at Simmons Bank, Vince Gill is here Saturday night. And so Vince Gill is doing his show at Simmons Bank, and he's actually going to show up and make an appearance at the Arkansas Country Music Awards on Monday. So we're excited to see Vince at the award show there at UCA on Monday. Hot Springs, Oaklawn, you've got Wednesday night comedy night with host Roger Scott, the one and only. Looney Bin, Little Rock, and O'Connor Distributing is hosting that Wednesday night comedy night in Pop's Lounge at the casino. And Friday and Saturday night, you've got Dino D and the D-Train, fantastic band there. Washita Bar and Grill, Bailey Ray's there Friday over in Hot Springs. Conway at Mally's, we've got Wednesday night DJ Vibes. Friday night, Canton Teen and the Penny Pickers, but I wanted to really highlight Saturday night, a national touring act, Mickey and the Motor Cars, is coming through Conway at Mally's. So that's a really big show. Y'all go out on Saturday night there. Malvern at Bogey's, Malvern Country Club, Confederate Railroad is here on Saturday.
Oh, my.
So this is a big one for them. They've got a lot of local acts all week, starting tonight through Saturday, but Confederate Railroad is coming to Malvern Country Club on Saturday. A couple more. Bentonville, Cliff and I are bringing a country line dance party to Meteor Guitar Gallery. So we'll be there on Saturday night in Bentonville. And leaving y'all with 2 big festivals in the state this weekend in Heber Springs at Greers Ferry Lake Fest. May 30th, you've got a fantastic lineup. Cliff and I are performing there on Friday at 7 as direct support to Sophie and the New Relics. Y'all know I talk a lot about them. So that's Friday night. And then Saturday night, you've got the Bellamy Brothers, Brian White, and some other artists, big headlining act on the 31st in Greers Ferry. And then Carpenter's Country Fest in Ozark. Lance Carpenter, Tyler Kinch, Mary Beth Bird, some all Arkansas lineup act there for Ozark's Carpenter's Country Fest. So I'll end there, but you can head to entertainersguide.com, find all of the local and touring and local acts coming through Arkansas.
Justin, can I throw something on that list as well?
Yes, and then we must do birthdays, but go ahead.
Oaklawn, Monday night, next Monday night.
Yes.
I know we miss you on those days, but
Yes.
starting at 6 p.m., there'll be a little game night hosted by yours truly.
Oh, is
in
this
the
a new
mainline
thing?
in the mainline sports bar. So
Okay.
Sorry?
Yeah. Mainline Monday nights, starting at 6 p.m. We're going to start with a little 30-minute 4th and 5. Jarius Wright is this week's guest, so if you want to get
love
your
it.
autograph stuff for Jarius Wright, come on out, and then we're going to have a game night, mainline sports bar Monday nights.
Monday nights at 6 o'clock
Starts at 6
at the mainline
at the mainline sports bar
at
at
Oaklawn
Oaklawn.
in Hot Springs.
Mhm.
Awesome. I'll add that to the calendar.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. Let's do birthdays quick, and then we got to hit a break. I know Gabe is in the house. And he's got some whippersnappers with him, DJ, so be
does.
nice and set a good example.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Brewski's Pub and Grub. Your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night. With locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Come get your grub on.
All right, what do you guys want to do here, Christian?
He's on the phone.
Okay, we're lining up people.
Yeah.
I could make an executive decision.
Okay.
We really didn't tease it effectively enough. We're going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to give you a couple of opportunities to win Razorback Regional tickets. Do you want to go see the Hogs in Fayetteville, beat down North Dakota State, then maybe slap around Creighton, or maybe crush the Kansas Jayhawks? Well, guess what? We got the tickets for you, okay? So tune in tomorrow. We're going to give them away. It's going to be awesome. Don't miss it. Christian, today we do Brewskis.
We could do Hot Springs Wise Guys. Their first game's on Saturday if we want to do that.
I love it. Let's go Wise Guys. Arena football comes to the Spa City. Chris, you're with Christian. It pays to be first. I need players, and I need them now.
We got line. Ooh, never mind.
661-1037. 661-1037.
How was the valedictorian speech at Maddox's graduation? Good? Oh, okay.
There were 2 of them.
Wait, you had 2 valid? No, you only get 1 valedictorian, right?
They have valedictory or whatever multiples are. 2 valedictorians and a salutatorian speech, DJ.
So they had the same GPA? Is that what
In
we're saying?
addition to 3 board members speaking and the head of schools speaking 2 different times and much, much more.
Hey,
But I was excited for the kids. That's a great thrill for them.
Christian's putting in one more name, and we got one more.
Brandon, you're with Susan.
Yep. As
and
he
DJ,
gets
you're
that,
going to represent line 3.
I want to give
Go
a
ahead,
shout
sorry.
out to Sarah Chin. She is representing the state of Arkansas in the script spelling bee tonight. Pinnacle View Middle School. She's the only kid from Arkansas representing.
That is Fantastic. All right. Pat, you're with DJ. Ready?
Let's go.
Here we go. There's the page. This guy's a rapper. He is
50
part of a
Cent.
duo.
Say that one more time.
What?
Part of a duo. He's a rapper. Hall & Oates. That's right, DJ. No, he's an outcast.
AC.
Andre 3000.
Right? Andre 3000.
Yes.
Oh,
DJ, how old?
He is
good actor, too, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't mind him in that one with your boy
Will
Mark
Ferrell?
Wahlberg.
Oh.
He's
Four
good
Brothers.
with Will
Four
Ferrell.
Brothers.
Four Brothers was good.
Yeah.
What about the basketball movie?
Yeah, semi-pros. Downtown fucking blown.
49.
Coffee Black. What?
49.
No. Susan.
48.
No.
It's close. I'm going to go 50.
Bingo. Bango. This guy's a basketball player in real life, not in a movie. He was part of the Arkansas National Championship team.
Scotty
played briefly
Thurman.
In the NBA.
Scotty Thurman.
He was the
Corliss
point
Williamson.
guard.
Ooh.
Point guard.
Yeah.
He's from Memphis.
He still has the record for most assists, right?
Hornets, Pistons. No, you're thinking of
Kareem Reed. That's who you're
Kareem
thinking.
Reed.
Yeah.
No, it was before Kareem Reed. Come on, guys. There's actually his last name is the same as a male artist from the 90s who's
Corey-
got a solo
or Beck?
name, a single
Corey
name. Beck. Corey Beck, Christian, very good. How's Corey Beck, Susan? He was on the 94 National Championship team.
Okay,
give you-
48.
No. Christian.
He is 55 today.
No, DJ.
54.
Bingo. Bango.
Dang it.
This guy is a former Major League Baseball first baseman and designated hitter.
Albert
He is in the
Pujols.
Hall of Fame. He played at
Big Papi.
Auburn.
Big Poppy.
And he's got a great nickname. Not quite as good as Big Papi.
Nomar Garcia Parra.
Nope. He had 7 consecutive seasons. He's the only player in Major League history to have 7
Is this the
seasons
big
in a
guy?
row with at least a 300 batting average. No, not Galarraga. But he does have a big nickname.
Dang it. He got caught up in the steroid stuff, didn't he?
Nope. Tom, the guy is a 2-time AL MVP.
Mark
And won a
McGuire.
World Series in 2005. The Big Hurt.
Oh, Frank Thomas. I'm sorry.
Frank
Oh.
Thomas.
He's on those
I didn't know.
commercials.
I forgot he went
He
to
is
Auburn.
those commercials, DJ. How old is he?
Nutrigenics commercials.
Nugenics.
Nugenic, whatever it's called. He
How old's
is.
Big Hurt?
He is 61.
Susan.
60.
He is 59.
57. All right, and his feelings hurt. Career batting average 301, 521 home runs. This guy, I'm going to give you the numbers. You tell me the guy, all right?
Okay.
Current NFL quarterback,
Yeah.
70
Joe Burrow.
touchdowns passing, 47 interceptions. He has thrown for over
Jameis
14,500
Winston.
yards and has a career completion percentage of 64%. He is also
Joe
a
Burrow.
Duke-educated man.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. He's now with the Colts of Indianapolis. How old is Daniel Jones, Christian?
His stats don't seem as bad as he actually is, but he is.
That's why I threw those out there first.
Yeah.
You guys get off him. He's no bum. He's just not that good.
Yeah. He is 27 today.
Yeah. DJ?
29.
Chop, chop. No.
26.
28. No point. And last but not least, this guy is a former NFL quarterback, but not a very good one. 12 touchdowns, 22 interceptions, 53% completions. But he did win the Heisman Trophy. Former
Troy
Florida
Smith.
Gator.
Tim
Chris
Tebow.
Leak.
Former Florida Gator under
Danny
Steve
Werfel.
Spurrier. Danny Werfel. Danny Awful. You're the winner, Christian. Good job. He is 51 today. Happy birthday, Danny Werfel. Should have not won the Heisman. It should have gone to Troy Davis of the Iowa State University, but that's okay. It didn't, and that's the way it goes. Troy Davis, the only player in history to go back-to-back 2,000 yards. You're welcome. I'm here with all kinds of information that may or may not be useless. All right. There's a short in the system, boys. I got to bang the table like the Fonz over here. All right, Susan, thank you for coming up. Appreciate Willie D's. Go Piano Bar soon, folks. What's up, Danny? Hope you guys are having a good time over there. And we're going to talk to Gabe Holmstrom from the Downtown Little Rock Partnership coming up in a minute. Speaking of Willie D's and downtown. And as we hit the break, I want to tell you about buckling up. I just drove all the way up to Iowa with my seatbelt on. Felt good. And I went through some bad weather. Not gonna lie. Had to avoid some bad drivers. Not gonna lie. But I felt better because I know that I had my seatbelt on, and I know that seatbelt saves 15,000 lives a year. And mine might have been one of them. Luckily, we didn't have a wreck. But if we did, I would have felt like I had a much better shot to survive with my seatbelt on. 50% of all passengers killed in car crashes in 2022 were unrestrained. So, again, it doesn't guarantee that you will survive. It doesn't guarantee that you won't get significantly injured. But it does give you a heck of a lot better chance. And that's all we want here is a fighting shot. 92% is the national rate, 80% in Arkansas. Let's see if we can't step that up, folks, and get it to, roughly 100%. Buckle up. It's the law. Don't want you to get a ticket for something silly like not putting your seatbelt on. And I also don't want you to get hurt or die. So let's be smart. Let's help each other out. And let's help the folks with the Arkansas State Police as well so they can deal with real crime and not have to worry about pulling you over because you don't have your damn seatbelt on. All right, it's 12:37. We're back. Talk a little downtown action in the zone after this.
I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Floyd's Seafood, Keel Avenue in Sherwood. It's crawfish season, and Floyd's has live Louisiana Cajun crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
This is Sports Center.
The Fayetteville Regional is set. Arkansas will be hosting North Dakota State, Creighton, and Kansas. Game 1 will be Friday against North Dakota State at 2. This is Arkansas baseball's 12th time hosting a regional and the 3rd year in a row they've done so, as well as the 7th time in the last 8 full seasons. Elsewhere, Little Rock baseball won 5 games in 4 days in the OVC tournament to clinch their tournament berth. They'll be in the Baton Rouge Regional with LSU, Rhode Island, and Dallas Baptist. And in Arkansas basketball news, forward Carter Knox has withdrew his name from the NBA draft and will be returning to Fayetteville. He averaged 8 points on 46% from the field and 35% from 3 in his freshman year on the Hill. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
Brett Michaels' triumphant return to Oaklawn. Friday, September 26th, Oaklawn Event Center in Hot Springs. From over 50 million albums sold comes the Poison Hits and Solo Hits Live. Voted one of the most exciting and engaging live shows ever. This show will sell out. Get your tickets now. Tickets on sale now at Oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
It's high-flying action in Hot Springs at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Banco ZK Arena. Arena football featuring your Hot Springs Wise Guys. Hard-hitting action, speed like no other, and indoors at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Banco ZK Arena. Hot Springs Wise Guys' first home game is Saturday, May 31st against the Eau Claire Axemen. Tickets available online only at HotSpringsWiseGuys.com. Don't miss the action Saturday, May 31st. Hot Springs Wise Guys take on the Eau Claire Axemen at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Banco ZK Arena.
The GM Giant Crane Buick GMC in Conway is your #1 source for high-quality Buicks and GMCs. Shop Sierras, Yukons, Enclaves, and more. Nobody beats the GM Giant's huge Crane cash discounts and low price guarantee. Buy with 0 down and get the Crane commitment. If your car doesn't say Crane on it, then you paid too much. Shop the GM Giant Crane Buick GMC on Amity Road in Conway or visit CraneTeamConway.com today. GMC, we are professional grade.
You're in the zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with Justin Acri and DJ Williams.
I'm up until coffee
Tomorrow in the zone, a chance to win tickets to the Arkansas Regional for baseball. Arkansas opening with North Dakota State and then playing the winner of Creighton and Kansas, and we will have those tickets available to you in the zone. Some of the other shows will have tickets to give away as well, so don't miss out on that. And we've also got regional coverage starting Thursday from Fayetteville, thanks to our friends at Whataburger and Edwards Food Giant. And I will look forward to beginning that with you, and then we're going to send Josh Neighbors of our staff up to Fayetteville, and he'll be covering Arkansas's game at 2 o'clock on Friday, 1:30 pregame, so very short out of bounds on Friday. Unless you guys just want to go an extra 30 minutes, we can just let Wes and Joe have the whole day off.
No, be all right.
You're not even going to be here. You're not going to be here.
Oh, yeah, Friday?
Are you off Friday?
Yeah, we talked about this.
I don't remember.
I'm Josh's wedding.
Josh.
Yeah, I'll be in Fayetteville Thursday,
Neighbors?
but I'm going to miss you, you know? I'm going to try to, I said I'd try to get there early if you want me
You're
to
not
hang
going
out.
to be there Friday? I can't believe you.
Yeah, you can.
Just catch the next one.
Listen that to him.
I'm sorry. Just listen. Just play the
I
percentages,
can't make it. I'll
buddy.
catch the next one.
Hey, odds
I'll
are,
catch the
man. I
next
mean,
one.
come on. Jeez.
Yeah. So I just found out, too, I'm apparently the reception MC. So that should be fun, you know?
I'm eye-rolling all the way in Iowa, DJ. Receptions don't need MCs.
I know.
What are you going to do, like welcome the wedding party to
I
the
don't know.
event?
I was just asked. I thought that's going to be the DJ's responsibility, you know? But
Yeah, you are the DJ.
I know. I think he does have DJ Derek, though. He's the official Razorback DJ, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, I know DJ Derek.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
He spins well. He's no Gabe Holmstrom, but he's all right.
Nice.
Gabe is joining us from the Downtown Little Rock Partnership to talk about a number of things going on, including a story I read in the paper, Rooftop Cinema Time.
Absolutely.
What's up, Gabe?
What's going on, Justin? How's Des Moines?
Man, everything's good. Ballpark looks beautiful. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I think we've got that camera turned down right now, but ballpark is absolutely stunning. They've got they dried up the dirt out there. It looks perfect. The grass is a beautiful green, and we're going to have cool, windy temperatures tonight for a little baseball with Connor Nolan, former Razorback on the mound.
Nice. Could be worse. Could be worse.
Yes, it could be worse. You know what? You've got pretty good weather, I think temperature-wise at least, for the Rooftop Cinema Series getting underway, which is happening. I guess we've already started, but we're going to have another one here coming up, or have we started? No, it's in July.
Yeah, so we had one, I think, last week, and then we're going to do another one, or about a week and a half ago. And we have another one this Friday, and this is kind of cool because we're partnering with Mopar Mania, which is a local car club.
Okay.
And we're going to be showing Fast X, so the latest in the Fast and the Furious.
I've been meaning to catch up on all those films. This is my chance to start.
That's right. I think, there's plenty to choose from, but this is fun. So we do this. Last couple years, we did it on the parking deck behind the Repertory Theater. We're moving it to the ProLand Title parking deck, so it's 100 Center Street. So you'll have some cool views. It's only about 2-3 levels up. You get to see the Stevens Building, the old State House, and watch some movies while you're at it, and check out some cars.
And then you've got a few other ones coming up. July 24th, I've already marked on my calendar for the Rooftop Cinema Series because it is one of my all-time favorites, and watching it on a roof I think will be doubly enjoyable.
We're going to have to figure out the White Russian situation for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love a Caucasian. Pass it over, baby.
That's right. So typically we have Stone's Throw out there. They're serving up the locally brewed beer, so they're a good partner. And we have some popcorn. They'll have a food truck out on the street. But yeah, we have, I think we're doing 8 of these throughout the summer. We just did Waiting to Exhale, and like I said, we have Fast X. You missed that one.
La Familia.
Yeah, we had there's like 350 people came out for that. That was a good one.
But before you proceed, can I interject for a second?
By all means.
I'm assuming this is something, but you said you got a White Russian, and Justin said he loves the Caucasian.
That's right.
What is that?
So on he has.
Is that
July
a drink?
24th. It is.
Okay.
So
All
the
right.
movie The Big Lebowski.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The dude who abides.
Okay.
Yes. So that's
Nice.
Yeah. So that cocktail features prominently into that film.
Gotta get some of that.
Yeah.
Sorry, but sorry, you said Fast X.
There you go. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we have Fast X this Friday, June 26th, The Wild Robot. Then
It's a good movie.
Yeah, July 24th is The Big Lebowski. So hopefully people are gonna theme it up and have a lot of fun with that.
I'm going to bring my rug.
I was waiting for that.
It really
You
ties
could
the
bring a
room
bowling
together.
ball since you have one.
Absolutely, I should bring my bowling ball. You know, maybe I'll dress up like John Turturro. You don't mess with the Jesus.
Yeah, in that one piece.
Yeah.
You need that.
I think I could pull it off, Gabe. I think if anybody could do it, it'd be me.
Why not? Why not? We can
Yes.
slick that hair back. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Yep. I think it's going to be great.
Can we go dressed as the cast from Fast and the Furious?
To Fast and the Furious, you could, yeah.
Yeah, Fast X. You and me. You can be Dom, and I'll be
Ludacris?
Yeah, I'll be Luda.
Do I have to shave my head? It seems like a lot of work.
You just say family over and over again.
That's all you got to say.
What's the Legend of Ochi that's coming up on August 28th? I don't know this one.
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I don't know.
Christian, that's where I count on you.
I think that's anime, is it not?
So the ones in the summer, we try to make it, more kid friendly with the kids out of school.
Oh, this movie just came out. I saw previews at the movies. It has Willem Dafoe in it.
Yeah.
It seems like a coming of age sort of movie.
Okay. So yeah, I'm looking forward to catching that one. And then Paddington in Peru, which if you hadn't had a chance to catch up on that, Justin, you're missing out there.
You know,
Those are
it's
good
funny.
kids movies.
I was just hanging out with Paddington in Rio, and so we've been talking like we got to get together in some other spots.
Boom.
So that'll be great. I'll check him out in Peru. That'll
There
be
you
fun.
go. That'll be
Machu
good.
Picchu together.
And then
Yeah,
the one in October, we always have a lot of fun. So I don't know if you've done the pedal party yet, Justin, but those guys have a lot of fun. They do these. It's pretty laid back. Every Monday, a group of folks meet up, and they do they meet up at a local brewery. They have a beer or two. Then they go do a little 3-mile bike ride, and then they come back to the brewery and finish off the night. But this time they're going to finish off at the parking deck, and we're going to screen Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire.
I haven't done that. I did do the petty deal with the bus thing where you kind of you pedal on it, but you're not actually moving it, but you're just drinking. It's just like the petty bar.
Okay.
That's fun. Downtown?
Yeah, that's a good time.
Did that
And
for a
wait,
birthday
did
party.
I see this right? Did you do the polar plunge?
I did do the one, that Southern Tail did a while back. This was in January, I think.
Okay.
Would
you do
pretty
that again?
miserable.
Yeah.
For you, I would.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's for a good cause, I don't mind.
Yeah. Fair.
Can I ask you about a couple other things?
By all
What else
means.
is happening downtown? I just got somebody asked me about having our friends from the River Market on to promote something that's coming up down there. But what else is on the schedule? Because I tell you what, you guys have had a couple of great concerts in the amphitheater downtown, and I don't know how closely involved the partnership is with that, but whoever's doing that is doing a great job. And the cake show blew me away. I was blown away, Gabe, by how many people turned out for that. But I want to see more of that.
Yeah, I agree. Bringing those types of acts out there, just getting people to show up. That they proved it, right? Like they had cake. You had every Gen X, within a 3-hour radius showed up to go see Cake and relive the 90s. That was a lot of fun. Then a couple weeks ago, we had Alison Krauss.
Yep.
I didn't realize this, but she has won like 27 Grammys.
That's a lot.
That's like I think she has the third most Grammys of any artist out there, which that was cool to see, and a lot of good bluegrass was played there. I think there's a couple more that are in the works that they haven't announced. But talking about the River Market Hall and the amphitheater, so one of the things that the city and the CVB are working on is it's time to reimagine the Market Hall. So an RFP has gone out. I think they've selected, or they're close to selecting, the people that are going to come in and reimagine that hall and try to take it out of the 90s into a modern day food hall. So that'll be exciting. That's going to be a good change for the River Market.
Well, whatever happened with the downtown master plan? Has there been anything enacted from that was put together a while back?
Absolutely. So we are working. We're continually meeting, having those discussions about the next steps. One of the things that came out of the master plan was whether we want to or not, we have this 18 acres of green space that was created right outside of the River Market where the on-ramps were taken out. And so right now the planning is going on, working with the folks at the Clinton Library to talk about what is going to go in that space. Now, a lot goes into it because that is the majority of that land is still owned by the Department of Transportation. So a lot of back and forth is occurring, but the planning steps are underway. The state's involved, the city's involved. So we have this once-in-a-generation opportunity to create something really cool in that space.
Oh, wait, one last thing here, and we've only got like a minute left, so this is a tough question to tackle in 60 seconds, but there have obviously been a number of closings downtown, especially in the River Market District, and there's obviously a lot more to downtown than just that particular stretch. But at what level or what point are we concerned about what seems to be a bit of a trend with businesses shuttering downtown or not renewing leases?
So I think you have to put a lot of this in context. When the River Market was launched back in the early 90s, that was the only game in town. There was nowhere else for people to go, and the way that beer sales laws have changed in recent years. So at that time, you couldn't get a beer in Cabot or Benton or Conway. As those laws have changed, different restaurants have opened up in the suburbs of Little Rock. So that's kind of taken away the ability for people, the requirement for people to have to come into Little Rock. And at the same time, you have areas like Main Street, you have areas like Soma, you have areas like East Village that have really started to prosper. So there's more competition for those entertainment dollars. And then with some of the restaurants closing down, some of those have been there for 20 years. Restaurant business is a tough business, and you talk to any property owner in town, if they have a lease with somebody and they'll say, we're going to be here for 20 years, they'll take that any day of the week.
Sure.
So turnover creates opportunity. I think we're in an opportunity cycle, and I think there's some exciting announcements that are coming, some things that I know to fill some of those spaces. So keep your eyes out.
I always will, and I will see you on the rooftop, 100 Center Street, next up on the 30th. So just a couple days away to go see Fast X, and it's an excuse to get out on a lovely night and enjoy some stone's throw and have some fun with your friends. Gabe, thanks for coming up, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, thanks, Justin. Appreciate you.
All right, we are up against it. It's 12:52 as we head to the break. I'll tell you about our friends at Gwatney Chevrolet. They are ready to receive you. Got through the Memorial Day holiday and now looking forward to making deals for you. All you got to do is take that short trip over to Jacksonville. What are they offering? Well, great service, first of all. Going to treat you like family. They've been doing it since 1957. In addition to that, you get 0% financing available on all their in-stock Silverados. 0% financing, folks. Good luck finding that elsewhere. It does not grow on trees like maybe there was a period of time where it did, but hard to come by these days. And they're going to give you $3,250 in customer incentives. And if you've got a trade-in, they're going to give you up to $2,500 more for it. There's only a few days left in the month. They are really eager to deal. So take advantage of it. If you need a new vehicle for a road trip, or maybe you're heading to the beach, you're like, we got to get an SUV. We got to get a pickup truck. Whatever it is you need, they got you covered at Gwatney Chevrolet. They'll take care of you on your trade, and it's also Military Appreciation Month. So those in uniform, active duty, reservist veterans, you get an additional up to $15 in total savings. So all kinds of reasons to go see our friends. They're online at GwatneyChevrolet.com.
For over 20 years, the hottest night spot in Little Rock has been Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar in the River Market. Open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with cold drinks and a world-class dueling piano show. Deep Ultra Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays, and DJ spin on Friday and Saturday nights for a fun dance club option on the weekend. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com to make a reservation and learn more.
Willie D's dueling pianos. Come and get your Willie on.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can. Only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Bath Makeover of Arkansas started with 50. Now we're looking for 30 homeowners to participate in our Spring Into Savings event. 30 homeowners will receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. Bath Makeover is looking to evaluate our exciting new product lines in real bathroom conditions, including our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall system. That's right. You'll be compensated for your time just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. The first 30 homeowners to call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 50% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 0% interest financing options, senior and military discounts. Receive a $200 Visa gift card with purchase and call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Your locally owned Little Rock Athletic Club. Join now. Oh, man, you came in at the end of the commercial, and it was a good one. You see, during the month of May, you get 40% off the joining fee at the Little Rock Athletic Club. Oh, and I really did a good job of painting a picture of how the Little Rock Athletic Club has so many ways families can stay active, including a wonderful swimming pool. And this was my best line. At 40% off the joining fee, your budget stays in shape, too. Don't miss the offer like you did the commercial.
The Zone in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio is back. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, let's see what Justin Acri and DJ Williams have to say on the Buzz Radio Network.
All right. Man, we ran into it here. 12:56, just a couple of D3 Auto Sales text offerings. Do appreciate our friends at Whit Davis Lumber Plus 2 for the live fan feedback. Couple of things here. I'm with JW on the WNBA. Okay, no surprise. I'm glad that the gentleman said that, because that's one thing I've been thinking recently about. Everybody talks about downtown not being alive like it was. I used to go down there all the time when I lived in Saline County, and there wasn't a lot of options. Now there are tons of options, and I live in Argenta, which also has plenty of options. Guess what? It does. You're right. The Amadeus from Stone's Throw was the greatest beer of all time. Well, that is high praise, but I do like it a lot. How's DJ going to do a game night? Doesn't he go to bed at 6:30?
You got to do what you got to do.
Sometimes you got to stay up.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
DJ's like, oh, I'm sorry, was there money involved? I'm available. Wes Moore, what's up with you?
Oh, we're going to talk a little Razorback baseball with Matt Jones. He joins us here in 30 minutes to break down the regional for us. Coach Z at 2:10, so we'll hit on Carter Knox returning to the University of Arkansas and see if he has a feeling one way or the other about Adu Thero. And Trey Schapp calls us in from the SEC meetings at 2:30. Just got through talking with Coach Sark, and I think Kirby Smart is next on his list, so we'll catch up with Trey here in an hour and a half.
Wes, you guys are going to have tickets to give away to the regional tomorrow, too, if
we
not
got
today.
2 tickets we're going to give away today, 2 tomorrow, and 2 on Thursday.
Woo. There you go. Listen in to Out of Bounds. Whether you like Wes or not, dang it, he's giving away regional tickets, and you're going to love him. I love you, Wes. Just kidding.
Lunch at Brewski's isn't just a meal, it's a midday celebration. Brewski's opens every day at 11 a.m. with wings, burgers, sandwiches, salads,